Welcome to Open Minds, Open Mic, the place to be on a Friday night. We have a very special delight. In fact, it was the first feature we ever had on the show. It was in August last year. I thank all of our success to Stacy Dyson. I'm so grateful for everyone that she's introduced me to and the poetry that she's introduced me to. And so, very grateful for that. And so I want to read this to everybody, and then I also have another little piece. It's called Thanks, Fam. I just want to say the day I decided to create this space, I was looking for a safe place for me to find my voice and vent. Little did I know it would make a dent in this community. Gained poetic immunity. It's insane, all the people who flew to me. You all seriously grew on me. Open minds, open arms. Y'all showed me so much love, made me feel I could do no harm. It revitalized my soul, gave me purpose. The first show I did, I was so fucking nervous. By week 3, seeing what it became to be, a beautiful zoo full of creative creatures, off the lease with the dopest features. It blew my mind on how over time the amazing poets stood in line just to share love and rhyme. I really need to get this off my chest. Being around all of you, I truly feel blessed. So, from the very bottom of my heart, thank you all for shining light into my dark. And then Cozzy heard the challenge, and I told a few of y'all that was here earlier about the challenge that CP did for me. So I started just writing like practice ones right before I like deliver to him. And see, he's not here right now, so I want to do this one for y'all. Okay, it's called Gracious for All. Slowly I walk, head up high, grateful for everything I see as life goes. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. The words I speak are sentimental from my art I spread with words imbued with love and light. Poem. So CP challenged me to write non-rhyming poems, and so I'm trying to get him to rhyme in the white spaces. If you guys hit any rhymes in your head, I know I'm onto something. That's not the one I'm doing for CP, but I'm gonna have CP because I'm like, if I can't rhyme, you never said nothing about me making you rhyme while you listen to my poems. So I'm working on that. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Coming up next, we got Lantern Carrier. He has a video that I'm gonna share. Let me play. Just give me a moment here. And then, yeah, Lantern Carrier. Tell me when you guys can see this. Give me a thumbs up or something. Yeah. All right. Hopefully this will work. Tell me if you guys can hear this.
Yep.
Love touched me. It was so powerful. My breath became suspended. My heart shed blissful tears. I had not previously experienced this sweetness, and I was taken aback. In my drunken haze, I tried to comprehend this music, mesmerizing the alcove of my being. Alas, it was to no avail, for a compelling delight silenced the intellect and calmed my soul. I saw myself emanating rhythms from the majesty of the sun. A pulsating light took hold of my darkness, smashing it into a trillion fragments. I swooned in reverie, intoxicated by the splendor of my eternal home. That is it, really.
That was amazing. Thank
From
you.
my end, there were glitches, though. It didn't flow
It's
like its normal self.
yeah, I don't have the best internet, so streaming, but
But it was beautiful.
yeah, I will post the
Yeah,
link in chat too,
Thank
so
you.
people
it
can.
was beautiful, man. That was beautiful, very beautiful.
Thank you, Cozzy.
Yeah, there's a link too, so you guys can bookmark it and listen to it whenever. Thank you so much for that, Lantern, because I'm thumbs up on it, liking it, subscribing it. I'm gonna wake up to that every morning. And you have another piece for us. I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah, that's just 2.5 minutes. Finding my way home to Jannah. I have always sought, even unconsciously, to return to my innate garden of supernal grandeur, separated from my peerless sweetheart. I dance on blades of innumerable desires in a dark web of allure, illusions, and entanglements. It took me eons of struggle, spinning on a seemingly endless carousel of cravings and enticements, before maturing sufficiently to let go of pain, to yield my regrets and self-made enchantments to your tender, intimate, loving call. So here we are, two lovers beneath the twilight evening, blowing kisses to the moon, our smiles now radiant messages of love, shimmering lights across constellations in the Andromeda galaxy. My smile is your sunflowers, your gaze my meadows, as we both entwine in this realm of delight. You have brought with you an indelible moonlit beauty, planted it so firmly in my soul that my heart mimics your glory. Like flowers, like rainbow hues, I think of 1,000 things to tell you, even as my tongue remains mute, and I can only speak in the solitude of sweet silence, permeating the universe, transmitting messages of your love divine. Having experienced remorse and despair, peace now prevails as I stargaze, with you guiding my sight, your cute silhouette caressing my agony of longing and the journey within. Me, now a full-fledged mariner of light, continuing my way to the New Jerusalem. Some say the falcon is fast in flight. I know naught of our soaring, nor of the red carpet of indulgences that you offer to me, a spoiled child once lost, now returning to his celestial banquet. I dance with Orion and burn with sweet flames of 100 phoenixes. Turning within to the mystery of self, my feet dance to your rhythms, while my cortex time in welcoming harmonies, almost overpowering in the delightful symphonies. I swoon in your familiar ocean of ecstasy, a prodigal returning to his mother's kingdom. Aye, what a trip it is in this chimera of life. I trample on countless sparks of life in my challenges, so caught up in the illusion that I forget I'm the ocean and not the drop, with my kindred drops equally oceans as I deal with my ignorance, just so I could find my way home. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
Everybody, unmute yourself and give all the love and light to Lantern Carrier for that one.
Woo!
Yeah,
Epically
I'm
poetic.
the ocean, not the drop. Right on. Yeah.
Epically poetic, man.
And then every
Word.
drop in ocean, and it's all like, oh.
Thank you, guys.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
As always, thank you so much, brother. It's so good to see and hear from you. And thank you for that video too, because now I got a link. I'm gonna put that on my morning playlist. All right, so coming up next, we've got Marissa Prada. How you been, girl? It's been a minute. I ain't seen you in a while. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Everyone? Woo! Tesoro take over today. Excited for my Tesoro sisters. Yay! So my computer likes to skip when I'm reading, so I'm going to turn my camera off. And because Thomas wanted a sweet poem, which y'all know is not my specialty, just kidding. I know Stacy is holding out for something sexy, but I actually do have a really sweet poem. This is the book that I put out this year titled If Stories Could Save Us. It is a wonderful book of poetry. So I'm going to turn off my camera and read this for you. This poem is titled Counting Lightning Strikes. I remember sitting by the window as a child during infrequently fierce mountain, desert, monsoon storms. So dark is the space beyond the pain, beyond my face to the glass, to the light. The world was invisible, invincible, alone, aloof in the darkness. Just as eyes adjust to see something in the distance, light bursts from sky, cracks a whip of electricity, cuts through my comfort, sharp, stinging sight. Eyes retract retinas, momentary blindness, a madness of, what was that? 1, 2, 3. 4 is too close for me to feel safe. No escape when the sky opens up and begins to cry like my mother. Wailing clouds with no self-control. They just let go of their grief. Give it all to the land, nearly dead, defeated by drought, thought it would die alone. Storms cut sharp and intentionally random. As my eyes begin to feel normal, the sky lashes out again, flashes of electricity over kaleidoscope wildflower fields of my childhood memories. 1, 2, 3. I feel it getting closer. Another bang louder, and I shudder alive at the broken glass sounds that vibrate my eardrums. 1, 2, 3. Rumbles rewind, shake the pain of glass, stomach knots, heart pounds, eyes squint between blasts of blindness, scary enough to rock any child mind. No signs of stopping, no signs of moving. The storm hovers, stuck over our house, spotlighting all the ways to scare me. Rumble, grumble, hungry sky. For all the light I saw in the night, I never witnessed it strike until the night I cried in your arms at our lovemaking sanctuary space. The white of your smile shook my ground. The sound of your voice became a storm itself, so familiar. It calls me back to happiness. It calls me to let go, give you all of my rain, enough to quench the drought of your dark days. For you are the electricity that mysteriously courses through me. The smell of whispering wildflowers, starstruck by lightning. And I am sitting at the window tonight, counting between the light and the strikes, between my window and yours, between your heartbeat and mine. 1, 2, then bam, lightning strikes. You are my one, for whatever time this storm lasts, not to just pass us by, but to stop and stay. Stay every day. Thank you so much.
That was pretty fucking sweet. Everybody unmute yourself and
Awesome.
give it up for Marissa Prada.
Woo-hoo! Yes.
Tesoro in the house
Yeah.
tonight.
Oh,
What?
nice.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you so much for
Thanks.
that. If you have another short little sexy one, if you want to do, I know you said that.
Well, I don't have sexy, but I do have another short one from this book that is very I love it. It's not long. A lot of life lessons were in this book too. Oh, here it is. Okay, it's titled That Summer. Let me turn my camera off again. That summer. There was a tomato once in my garden that split in the middle of a rainstorm. The main stem snapped, and I was sure it would die within a week. But it refused to. It was still green and the fruit still alive. It hardened itself on the injury, healed itself in the most mysterious way. It no longer grew up, but changed course and grew down, then out, along the ground outside of the black fabric planter bag. The leaves had no problem growing down rather than up, because the sun still fed its need to feed me. Those small, yellow, boisterous cherry tomatoes, and my mouth never wanted for anything more that summer. I wish my heart could say the same. Thank y'all so much. I'll put my info in the
Yo,
chat.
Thank
give it up
you.
for Marissa. Everybody unmute yourself.
Pick up, yes. Pick up.
Lovely,
Prada!
very lovely, 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 lovely.
As always, and thanks for coming through. I love it every time you do. I know you're busy, but whenever you can make it here, try to make it here. We miss you. We love you. Coming up next, we've got the Magus, Gustav, Sallas. So if you can unmute yourself and bless us with some words, brother, I'd appreciate it.
Hey, Thomas, it's good to see you. Hey, beloved poets. I have one piece. It is called Radical Self-Expression. Walk in the turbulence of Finnegan's wake while hypermaterialism's foundations shake. Wormholes riddle the holographic universe at in Arcadia ego as revealed in verse. Logos, codons are DNA inspired, in fleshborn form no longer mired. Noon blue apples find the holy grail. Star-born progeny cannot fail. The truth's in our designer genes. If you know what all this means, come home to Black Rock City's conflagration, a Burning Man, our initiation into the cult of infinite imagination, recapitulating the spark of all creation. 'Tis true that as above, so below. We are all stars. Watch us glow like beacons through man's twilight. Amidst the chaos lies our delight. The kingdom of heaven is in our hearts. Our souls are mapped on galactic charts. So let's get down and astronauty. It's time to shit or get off the potty. We'll teach old dogs some new tantrics. The dream spell so clearly predicts Quetzalcoatl's return, their world destroyed. We see what appears as void and drink from it the elixir of immortality. Avoid the one from the duality to realize the monism of our trinity, no longer denying our own divinity. Achieve the alchemical self immortal, one giant leap through the galactic portal, a future memory of what we always have been, angels of light, free of all sin. Thank you.
Thank you, my good sir.
Woo-hoo.
Everybody unmute
Yeah.
yourselves and give it up for the Magus
Nice.
himself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Powerful, powerful, man.
As always,
Yeah,
man,
word.
set fire to everything, man.
Yes.
You can set fire to everything.
Get that Friday night moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mama couldn't say it any better, man. Thank you so much, Gustav. You know, we love and appreciate you. You're a brother for sure. Coming up next, we've got one of our sisters in the house too, Miss Diane Murry Ward. We love you and we appreciate everything you do for us and everything you do for the world. And if you could unmute yourself and bless us with some words, I'd appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much. I didn't want to interrupt that, my dear Marissa. Thank you. As usual, I want to tell you, if you don't already know, Ray Jane, Black Like That, her book just came out. Hello. So, I'm going to read one piece. It's called Name, the First Displacement. This name is supposed to be home, supposed to be a place to return to, instructions on how to recall oneself. But this name sits atop this skin. This skin has been homeless. Since it crossed the sea, my name, somewhere lost in the Atlantic, drowned. No wonder I choke when trying to pronounce myself. Why I stutter when attempting to expound on myself. A wonder that I know me at all when missing original definition. The depth of me, thus, immeasurably. But then, I guess, that was by design. Ray Jane, Black Like That. Okay?
That
Poems
was
from a conduit.
moving. That was very moving, very beautiful.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you.
So dope.
Thank you.
Everybody, unmute yourself.
I'll put her
Give it up
information
for
in the chat. You know, I like to promote. I like to
Yeah.
promote. We have
definitely.
to
I seen
promote.
too. She got her book out. I was
Okay?
like, yeah,
It
yeah.
just
We
came
featured her not
out.
too long ago. Ray Jane, if you're ever watching this, we love you. We're gonna all go buy your books because you deserve it. And Miss Diane, that was beautiful in this. Everybody,
Great
let's hear it
read.
one more
Yeah.
time from Miss Diane Merriweather.
Woohoo! Yeah.
should-
Black Like That. Buy that book.
You should
We
record
love you,
little
Diane. We love you.
like record little bits of you reading that poetry and then post those like whenever you're promoting other poets like
Yeah.
this, like make a little video of it and post it, like start doing Diane Murray Ward reviews. That I'd follow that podcast in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do like shorts or something, TikToks, or if you're into that, that's like the perfect thing to do.
Definitely. All right. Well, us younger folk who are more technically inclined, can we get her on this so she could just make a little video reading a piece, tell them about the book, and we'll make things happen. We'll start promoting everybody because we all love her, boy. And it don't matter what she's reading. She could be reading a menu at a Denny's and just swoon you. Yeah. So coming up next, so we got Nona Lea, who I believe is the newest member of Tesoro. How cool is that? Welcome to the fam. It's Tesoro. Take over tonight. Like, Nona Lea, if you could unmute yourself and bless us with some words, I'd appreciate it.
All right. So I'm steadily working on a poem, and I got a little bit of a next section done. It may sound familiar to you, but I've gone through a lot of edits. So, 1. In the beginning, the Lord is sweaty. He plucks out one eye and places it in the sky and makes the terrarium bright and throbbing. And it waggles with tongue petals, esoteric naggings, forest's sacred duty. A little rain won't kill nobody. Breathing to the gimlet eye crawlies, juddering from the slime-bodied eggs, under the lullabies of the shell shadow, like a botanist to Mostera. And our sweaty Lord commands, reach your zenith, enunciate your sins, crystallize your bones and skin, shine ephemera from within. While the other crawlies from the clutch crawled to the throbbing, I was the silver-dollared eyes hatching from the leopard eggshell with obsidian teeth and bones, who sneezed at the eye upon first sight, whose belly laughed too much light, and retreated back into the underbelly of the umbra, suckling milk of alluring tidal rhythm, lazy fair sibilants drowning this Lord's sweaty wind song, until the belly darkens psyche. 2. Now something gestates in the darkness, a mouth stewing a mockery of teeth, siphoning each scruple of mother's silhouette, hidden in the seashell crenellations, while flesh unfurling like a cello with a snapped string, spine pressing against the spiraling ceiling, spilling out the door, wrinkles, mush, ooze, snorful guffing until mother house runs dry of food. All the while the apocryphal eye turns its pupil slit, hiccuping a dozen of tongued flora in tra-la-la-la, clasping hands with too many knuckles, fricked of swaying translucence, paisley floor plans of everlasting zen.
Yo, y'all see why that's the new Tesoro member right there.
That's
Unmute
amazing.
yourselves and give it up for
Wow.
Nona Lea.
Yo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let
What
me
the
Nona
fuck?
Lea.
Yo, that was
Wow.
beyond this, man.
You
Wow,
have a
those words,
voice. Your voice is
those
insane.
words.
Like your reading voice is insane. Like you just pull people
Yes.
into your reading voice. It's yeah.
It,
Start cursing.
Those words, the combination of those eloquently beautiful words, man, just kept coming. I'm like, whoa. Yeah, that was
very
amazing,
dope.
man.
It
That was
almost gave me
amazing.
like a Frog Corpse vibe too, the pacing and the toning and the very distinctive descriptors,
Mm.
just like this like very hypnotic, imagery that was just like grabs you and like pulls you in and like you could
Delightful.
see exactly what you were saying, like and really feel it. That was beautiful, Nona, man. That was dope. That was dope.
Beautiful,
And
beautiful.
now y'all see why the newest
Damn.
member, Tesoro, is out there doing it. So yeah, thank you so much for that, Nona. That
And
was
I
awesome.
do have curse words occasionally in my poems, but I see before like every now and then because I have a sweet face. And then when you're hit with that, you're like, oh shit.
Oh. She's like, I gotta say those for for the chill time. Like I pull them out when It's just dope.
Shit.
I think all of us poets have that one poem where like, I can't just go on open mic and read it. Like I I maybe read it out loud twice. Like I think I really gotta know and trust you for me to read this poem. Like, but yeah. But yeah, thanks for doing that. That was really dope. Yo, we've been doing this for like a year and 2 months now, right? I know a lot of y'all been here since the beginning pretty much, and some of y'all are newer and been here since y'all first came here, and I'm so grateful for all of y'all. I blame all of this on Stacy. So this wonderful place here I created, and I was in an open mic, and I got to meet this wonderful woman who had amazing poetry. And I said, "Would you come? I just started an open mic. Would you be able to come read?" And she's like, "I could do a feature." I didn't even know what a feature was. I was like, "Okay, yeah, like come feature, cool." And then all these people came in, with Stacy to watch and hear Stacy, and I made friends with a lot of y'all on that day. And then you guys brought people in, and it's been one heck of a ride this last year or so. And I want to thank you again, Stacy, for making that happen. Because I honestly blame it on you. Like how else would it have? So, anyways, let me introduce this wonderful woman. So, Stacy Dyson is a black woman poet, playwright, and a cappella vocalist who explores, illuminates the life slash times of the black woman. She has released 6 chapbooks, 5 CDs, and performed and workshopped all over the country. Following her last collections, Lovely and Surviving, and Follow Me on This, she is working on a new collection called Because the Sun Would Not Move. Based in San Diego, Stacy continues to build her international women's poetry network, Tesoro. We may have the new member in here now. And will be launching 2 writing and performance workshops titled Fire Scribe. You can follow her at Saint Rains on Instagram. And to order her books or donate to her work, go to saintwinterrains.com. I will post a link in the chat now for y'all. Miss Stacy Dyson, if you could please bless us with some words, I would appreciate it.
Not here for any other reason, sweetheart. Thank you for that lovely introduction. I do appreciate it more than I can possibly tell you. I'm going to go on and get started and just run straight through. Those of you who know me know I do not bother with titles. So all I can do is tell you to hang on to your hearts, open up your minds, and hold on. Which hat should I wear today? It's never an easy decision. I can't just sport any old chapeau. It has to be correct. I have to be correct. First, I have to decide who I am today. Advocate, apprentice, honoree, somebody's daughter, somebody's love, somebody with the ear of the world, homegirl, diplomat, sister girl asleep on the bus, getting to work or going back home sometime today. Fur, feathers, or felt, wide brim, lace edge. Do I carry my own shadow or move between drops of sunlight, though my mama always did say a lady kept the sun off her face? Whose hat am I wearing today? Am I the woman the whole world hears, or the sister with no voice at all? The one who struts it on down the avenue, hand on her hip, protected by my wits and way, giving every man I meet a chance to holler about how good I look? Am I the grandmother in her pew, funeral home fan, waving in time to "Gonna meet my mother in the rocks of ages," thinking that ham should be ready by the time the family comes for after church supper? What about that little knobbly-kneed schoolgirl? Daddy's baby trying to be bold and vulnerable all at the same time. Can't outrun the dangers of the world, but am I smart enough to do my thing and just keep moving? Or will I get caught up in the wrong decision today? Do I wear just a rag around my head like the sister in the fields who can't keep the heat from cooking her brain otherwise? Keep it wet with dipper water and sweat till the boss man hollers time to quit? Or am I society queen with a closet that goes on for days and a hat for every mood of every minute? Do I wear my hat heavy like my heart is sometimes, or light and balanced as my faith? Crown or a baseball cap, does it ride high up on my brow, showing the world I have nothing to hide? Or is it something I can hide behind, have to hide behind? Because life or my man say I ain't looking right. Do I want my hat to shout like a gospel choir on First Sunday? Or whisper quiet as baby's breath or magnolia perfume? Midnight black and blue, cream white, sandy gold brown, sweet tea yellow, the red of Egyptian dust. What's on my head only describes my condition. It doesn't tell any tales about me, who I really am, just who I am for today. And nobody else can pick it out. I'm the only one who knows which is correct because I have to be correct. So let me check my heart. Let me check how I'm breathing today in this world, and then I can answer you in confidence, in exhaustion, in grace, in love, or maybe just on time. Which hat do I wear today? The next flow of poems you'll be hearing are all from Because the Sun Would Not Move. Her name is Marissa Alexander. Make sure you put some respect on that name. Folks still debating over whether she had the right to participate in her own survival. She hit the ceiling because the bullet wasn't meant to hit him. She hit the ceiling because she had to hit back, and she couldn't take the chance of laying hands. Guns aren't the only actions that backfire. Her name is Darnella Frazier. You need to put some respect on that name. She filmed the murder heard around the world. And folks wondered why she didn't drop her camera and do something. A little black girl in this jacked up world, what was she supposed to do? Get herself hurt or killed trying to fight back, or do what she did and bear witness in the best way she could? Her name is Fonnie Willis. You best lay some respect on her name. The death threats come every day now. The big, stupid bad is making it his business to question every breath she takes. And his followers are balanced on the edge of his lies, ready to take aim. The law is supposed to convict him and protect her. She is going to prosecute. She is going to make sure liars and thieves and people who persist in trying to steal the last vestiges of the American dream pay the toll. She has been cajoled, warned, threatened. Back off before you get dead. What is she supposed to do? Abandon her promises? Black women don't do that. And we only run when there is no other way, because we know you have to be alive to fight. Faith and the marshals are watching her now, but all that prayer won't stop a bullet. Her name is Simone Biles. Best lay some respect on that name. Reigning queen of the stratosphere. Nobody could toy with air and movement the way she did, till one day she stopped. Her light trip had needed to rest before she hurt herself, so she laid down a minute. And the world jeered and called her soft, questioned her commitment, talked smack about how some people get spoiled and can't take the heat. What was she supposed to do? Keep risking injury to define the true nature of light and its movement? Risk injury so people could keep making money off the way she could bend time between dance steps, grit, and moves that showed the old routines the door and told them not to come back? Die so y'all could keep bragging that she was our free pass to show the world what Black folk can do, how America is always excellent? How dare she think of herself? How dare she? Folks tend to forget a star always knows how to spin in the heavens, but the star doesn't. She didn't. Somewhere along the way, y'all need to lose that attitude. Black women get to self-love, self-care, protect themselves, and you don't have to like it, approve, or co-sign on our life decisions. Keep your second guessing and your insults to yourself. We're grown and we know how to act. And the world better be grateful for the fact that we pay such close attention. And let us be. Let us breathe how we're intended to. Do not let the aliens come disguised as Black women. Because if TV is all they've studied, then they be dragging fake nails, fake hair, and loud, yes, queen interruptions in normal or polite conversations, or just be loud and ignorant for no good reason. If we need to be that way, we always have a good reason. They will say they've studied history and x-rays, so they know what we are composed of, but can't x-ray pain or burden. There is not enough history to tell the truth of how we're daily betrayed by a country we helped build, still maintain, and are tasked with saving. X-rays can't depth hearts or image hearts and minds that exist quietly, constantly, simultaneously on ice and in fire on the regular. Don't let them come in as Black women. They won't know where the finger snaps go right, where the laughing and heartache go right, where the laughs fit right, where the burden of learning to be, to know, to take care of go right. Let them come back as something innocuous or innocent. We are neither of those. Let them come back non-threat and unprepared. We are neither of those. Let them come ready to marvel and want to be and fear, not just a little. The only folks on the planet who truly understand what surviving on this planet really me. Use the lapses, y'all. I'm working with technology today. I hate technology.
And it's supposed to make things easier. It does, but like, does it
Nah.
really? You know?
I've heard that story, and that's all it is. It's just a myth.
Yeah.
Mi padre named me Rosa. He said it was so I would always be reminded of pretty things, flowers and light and love that is very hard to do in this border camp, where everything is despair and lost hope, harsh light and broken families. Yo no soy una flor, yo soy una niña. If I were a flower, I could ride in the band of my father's hat, the only one he has, the only one he has ever owned. The brim was tracked with ragged edge, but the headband was strong, tempered with sun and sweat from the labors that made the money to bring us across. I wonder if he still has the hat, or if somebody took it away from him, threw it away, the way they took his daughter and threw her away. I remember when I was young, my mommy bending in to kiss my puppy welcome home. I stood between, one hand wrapped around my mother's knee, one around my father's, a rose, growing strong and vibrant in the fragrance of their love for each other. I cannot feel that sun now, just the lights that shine constantly overhead. If I was a flower, I would be in his pocket, fragrant and close as his heartbeat, close to where he kept the money to make the coyotes not look at me and say evil things, lick their lips and say evil things. I don't have much English, but I know what they said was wrong. Made my father hold my hand tighter than he ever did when we walked at home. Hold me closer, shielding me when they passed by to count how many souls they planned to release to the desert, or deserted alleyways, or dark cold stretches of strange highways. Pay them not to look at me like the guard here looks at me. That guard. He looks at me the way I remember the bad, drunken men looking at the bodies of the women in the street, the soldiers looking at the bodies of women in the street. He looks at me that way. The older women, they tell me, stay away from him. Pull me into chores or conversation when he is near. Try and hide me away from his glances. When he sees me in the halls or my room or on the playing field, he watches me. He looks at me like the soldiers, like the drunks and bad men watch the bodies of women in the street. Once he ran his hand over my hair and smiled and said, "Hey, Linda Chica, you're a pretty thing, aren't you?" The older women surrounded me, pulled me away, but they cannot always be close, and I am afraid, because sometimes he comes for the older girls, and they come back very quiet and very sad, and I can feel their fear. Sometimes they cry out when they sleep. They run and pull me away too. Sometimes, some nights lie down by my bed, but do not sleep. Their eyes are open to watch for me, to protect me, but they cannot stay awake forever. Poppy, he used to take me to count the stars, watch the cool earth with the moon singing, singing to me, so that I would learn not to be afraid of the night. I am always afraid now. Roses stand strong against the wind. Call the rain sister. Breathe free air. Yo no soy una flor. I am a little girl. Mi madre es muerta. Mi papi is out in the world without me. One day, una mariposa landed on the windows. A rose can talk to a butterfly, right? I asked her to please find my father so he could take me where I can find rest, breathe free air, feel the night sing gentle with the moon sometimes. I do not think I have another season. I may never see my papi again. The butterfly may never deliver my message. Why should she? Butterflies only talk to flowers, and I am not a flower. I am just a little girl. Yo no soy una flor. I am not a flower. Yo soy una niña. I am just a little girl. I am just a little girl. Darling, you're right. I do think you're fine. Crazy, sexy, intelligent, cool, and sugar sweet. A gentleman and a scholar. I imagine in your wake lie 1,000 satiated hearts and satisfied bodies. I am not that kind of girl. You're going to have to step to me different because loving me is a revolutionary act. I should not need to, but I'll save you some time. Let me tell you exactly who I am. I am the girl who stuffs music into her ears because the glittering burn of words tumbling along the strands and threads of my DNA often leave no room for other sound. Truth is an old, faithful lover. Integrity is my BFF. You can't live with them always hanging out. You best get stepping now. I feel no need to, but let me tell you exactly who I am. I am the girl who breathes in flame and breathes out poetry and falling stars. Never met a fantasy I could not completely enslave. To kiss me is to discover how the light in a sapphire tastes. To know how it feels to catch errant stars laughing between your fingers. To kiss me is to celebrate every woman who ever loved, never mind if it was at a loss. She loved and made herself a part of history. To love me, you must bring everything. Your wit, your sword, your sense, your shield, your strength. Be prepared to overthrow old patterns and awkward understanding. Tired conventions and overfamiliar acknowledgments of what commitment should be. I don't need a dragon slayer. I got that shit. I need a dreams keeper. A man to handle my body can be found with any quick look and careless smile. Can you handle my vision as well as my bad dreams? I don't need you to understand me. I understand me. I don't need you to complete or save me. It's too late for that. My parents loved me enough to make me whole, and Jesus saved me when I was 12. Are you getting this? You're going to have to wrap your head around, your heart around, your life around the fact that I am not that kind of girl. The ones you're used to beguiling and being beguiled by. Bring your honor and your A game, sugar. And let's go warrior together. Change some worlds with our sharply defined, luscious, all that, and unique, ambitious, realized selves. Yeah. Should. You should probably stretch first. Breathe deep. Because once I let you in, be in for the long haul. I am not another sweet, pleasant pastime. I am not capable of, impossible to be just another comfortably satisfied heart and gratefully satiated body. Because loving me is a revolutionary act. And to finish up, just because I can, a few love poems, older love poems. It is all so dark and dead in this house without you. An incorrect silence draped like indigo moods across my life. Hot, sullen nights like you, but tonight it's raining. And I can't let the hurt go long enough to stop my head or heart from aching. The sky shakes while I play my music to keep brave. Alicia Keys testifying on how she falls in and out of love, an option I can't even get to because my love is all that and constant, while yours flies like 186,000 units of indifference. And baby, just tonight, no promises. My table is scattered with roses and poetry. Thorns biting my hands, stabbed with blood and salt water. My headache screams like the police car sirens chasing the dealers from their end of the street past my door, and the rain is rattling on my roof like gunfire from the street 8 blocks down and left. No, right, where the crack holes and drug deals go down. But every story told in thunder tonight is your last kiss. Lightning says my prayers for me. Silent and alive for just a moment longer in your arms. And the rain cannot stop my head drumming in time with my heartbeat because the phone is ringing and it might be you, but I can't move because it's raining and I can't stop. My head is hurting. The phone is ringing and my head can't stop wishing for my heart to stop the pounding on my roof, on my windows, on my soul, washing away your smell. The last goodbye I ever gave you. Your footprints on the street outside my door, and the phone is ringing and the rain can't stop. I can't stop. Thunder and lightning dance together in a passion we will never know because I can't make the rain stop. And you don't want to. Baby, it was supposed to be a minute. I was going to drop my digits, throw you some change for the phone, and float on, Suge. I was going to hit, quit, and forget all about you by this time next week. You were supposed to be another good looking 3, well, maybe 4 course meal, and I was going to, as they say, grit and split because I am young and hunting and have not yet bagged my limit if there is such a thing. On pretty boys who make me want to holler, ooh, baby, and write that check. I remember Luther on the CD throbbing notes like, come on, come on. And you closer and looking at me like I had no veil to hide behind. And you teasing my tongue like a bad boy with a death wish. And finally, you laying me down on cool, sweet, sassy cream linen sheets and proving that all right all night is not just some idle fairy tale. I woke up at 10 on fire in lust and turned out with absolutely no regard for my personal sense of cool, staring deep into honey brown eyes that knew I was just aching to ache again, to a kiss that made me melt bones, quiver legs, and forget how to breathe. And there I was overnight, and bam, completely shameless, soul satisfied and done to death, with absolutely no care who knew it. I had nothing to lose, held my reputation in one hand and a shovel in the other, dug me in as far as you could go and laid it down hot and dangerous as a woman in love. But this is not about that. This is just me telling my girls, talking some trash, bragging a little. This is me with your lips in my palm, under my ear, at the back of my neck, base of my spine, trapped like a pearl in a jar of honey, baby. This was only supposed to be about a minute. But you touch me right there like that right now, and I will let you Break my watch. Y'all have been sweet. I do truly appreciate it. I've got one more poem for you. Before I go, let me let you know that Diane Murry Ward, the lady herself, will be featuring for our Woman Heart open mic in about half an hour.
Yeah, I just heard that and I was gonna say let's promote it. Let's do that. Finish up your set and then I would recommend every woman in this room because
Awesome.
it's a woman
Very
only
cool.
audience. If we can
Woo.
drop those links in there and stuff for that, and then us men will hang out here and y'all ladies go do your thing. And not only did you get to enjoy a feature from Stacy Dyson, you also get Miss Diane Murray Ward. And don't worry, fellas, because coming up in what November 17th is going to be a feature with all audience. So we'll be able to see her again. So even, we ain't missing nothing. We just got to wait for that greatness. So yeah,
A
Stacy, if
little,
you could end us off with a poem, we'd appreciate
absolutely.
it.
Again, thank y'all so much. You have been absolutely lovely. A butterfly trembled along the edge of my finger. I will get in trouble for this poem because so many people are so invested in me bearing the standard of my culture and gender, including me. Convinced that my life is not meant to be separate, that my strength, my resolutions are half of what holds the world together the way and why of how I love is the other half. A Cassandra birthed by perseverance, attitude, and the lyricism of a million different promises. I do not have the luxury of saying no thank you. And if the battle sounds ceaseless and unending, that's because it is. But sometimes I have to breathe just for me, sing just for me, and ignore the fire news from all my sister girls. Battlefields, be beautiful, be intelligent just for me. And today a butterfly landed and trembled along the edge of my finger, and the world did not fall down, and the world did not fall down, and the world did not fall down. I know, I know, I know. We should be fighting, praying, working. I understand what I owe my life as a Black woman. I understand the call in my blood for gospel stained windows and pews washed in sunlight and salvation. I know I owe my career, my life to the women who knelt in those pews or ones like them after a day of being on their knees, feeding their children, patting their back, thighs, and shoulders so that that sack of groceries did not cut and chafe, so that that child had one soft place to lay down her head so that they could relieve the ache of holding up the sky and half the world every now and again. Lord, I know there is a debt to be honored. I know. I know. But today, a butterfly trembled along the edge of my finger, and I took a breath, and the world did not fall down, and the world did not fall down, and the world did not fall down. I should be on my knees, praying till angels' wings are broken from the exhaustion of carrying my messages. I should be marching, marching, marching in a tide of righteousness against people who will not acknowledge the rights of others or think they own other folks' decisions. I should be on stages, shouting my truth, singing my hopes, telling stories for the brains and hearts worldwide who are empty, aching, tired, hungry for a chance to speak. And I do. I will. I shall, like every other woman in this world. We do. We will. We shall. But some days, not many, some days, a butterfly, shivering color and light and scented of small miracles, falls gently out of the sky and explores an entire world in the palm of your hand. And between one stroke and the next, you can hear your song for just a minute, your heart beating for just a minute, your soul warming just enough to help you make it through the day for just 1 minute. Breathe, breathe. Breathe sister, breathe warrior, breathe mother, daughter, love, accept the blessing. Just stop. Let a butterfly tremble along the edge of your finger. The children will be fed, work get done, your loves loved. It will be done because it has always been done. You know this. Accept this. Stop for just that one moment. Breathe. Stop for just that one moment. Stop. Breathe for just that one moment. And the world will not fall down, and the world will not fall down, and the world will not fall down.
Ooh, wow. Love
Wow.
That is one of my
Thank you
favorite
so much,
pieces. Oh my
Stacy.
gosh, it is
That
so
was
beautiful. Every time you
Fabulous.
read it, every
Yeah.
time, every time.
everybody unmute and give all the love and gratitude to Stacy
Amazing.
Dyson.
Amazing.
Woo! Let's go,
Absolutely
So
Stacy!
powerful.
amazing.
tears
So
in my
beautiful.
eyes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you
Wow.
so
Wow.
much.
Mm, mm,
Again, thank you
mm.
so much. I
It was great
blame
to hear you.
you for the
Y'all,
success of
y'all
this
are
mic,
sweet. I appreciate it.
and I'm so glad you came back. I think we have a little more time
Mhm.
before the feature. And Jane is going on round one. Continue. Jane's in the house. We miss you, Jane. You're on the list if you want to spit a poem before y'all head over to the Diane feature.
We got a little bit of
We would
time.
love
Come on,
that.
Jane, spin.
All right, I got a piece. All right, and this is a piece that maybe some of you have heard, but with the way shit's going right now, I need to do this piece again. So this piece is called, well, it started out to be called What is Wrong with People, and it started out to be maybe a paragraph long, and now it's almost 2 pages. So what is wrong with people? Women and children are running in fear from men so cruel and anger-fueled, committing atrocities that bring us to tears, killing one another over man God rules. Men in soldier suits with guns and tanks, and men with lies upon their lips as they drank to bloody victories of now and then. Men in fresh pressed suits, making war, pushing paper and pen. Didn't you hear what Marvin said? Mercy, mercy me, when will it end? In the cities, they run past the bullets that fly, or lost in a desert, they waste away and die of thirst. When ancient water jars are burst, where children are bought, fucked, and worked till they're dead or they're grown, it's a planetary shame on you. And it's all about skin tone. Cambodia, Rwanda, Sudan, Tibet, Brooklyn, Staten Island, Ferguson, Baton Rouge, Charlottesville, and all the rest. The list goes on and on and on. Haven't you had enough yet? What is wrong with people? Oh, haven't you heard? Their God has instructed them. They got the word. To reap the rewards, you must kill the infidels, blow them off the face of the earth, and send them all to hell. And to all you good people who love the sinner but hate the sin, preaching from your pulpit, spewing lies from deep within of hate and intolerance, though Jesus loves you nonetheless, you think you're on the highway to heaven because your sins in the dark you did confess. In the name of a Muslim jihad or a Bible-thumping Christian crusade, as long as it's your version of God, then you're happy, regardless of the mess that you've made in your God's name. Hindus, Muslims, Christians, and Jews all throw their dice in vicious war games. The wrath of God, an eye for an eye. Millions of dead motherfuckers just the same. When you get to the gates of your vision of heaven, will your God make you pay for all the death and destruction and hatred of others? What will your God say? All the wars, of all the gods, of all the religions, will fall upon deaf ears when we realize that we are true spirit beings without the religious fears. I'm reminded of a line I believe George Carlin said. Do you believe in God? Answer yes. Then please do move ahead. Do you believe in my God? Answer no. Then bang, you're dead. Peace, yo.
Jane, thank you so much. I missed you. Thank you so much for coming through and sharing that with us.
Thank
Everybody,
you.
unmute yourselves and give it up for Jane's spoken word.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Jane.
Yay.
Fantastic. Love that piece.
I like the reference, the callback to Bill Maher as well as Carlin's routine.
Yeah, well, you know, Bill was on it. He said it was a slow moving coup a couple of years ago, and he's on the money. Anyway, it was so good to see all you, and thank you for allowing me the time to spit. As you know, I haven't been doing the open mics at all, but with Stacy and the other Tesoro woman and your open mic, the open minds, I just had to spit tonight. So thank you very much for your time, y'all. Peace.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you, Jane, so much love, yo, from the whole Open Minds family.
Peace.
Thanks
Love
for
you,
coming
Jane.
out and spreading
So
that
much for
love.
coming through, Jane.
Much appreciation, much appreciation. I really am grateful for tonight and such gratitude. And yeah, so starting it in about 10 minutes or so, y'all need to head over. Any females, it's female only audience. But Miss Diane Murry Ward is going to be featuring coming up here. I've been posting the links there in the chat. So I'd recommend y'all ladies head over there and us gentlemen will finish off this mic because pretty much all the ladies went first tonight. It worked out great. So um, y'all got another 10 minutes or so. Coming up next on the microphone, we've got Messiah Payne, who just featured for us recently. It was amazing. Thank you again, Messiah, for that, brother. I really appreciate it. If you could bless us with some more words, I'd be grateful.
Thanks, Thomas. I'm going to read two poems. The first is a newer one. It's called Loneliness. So here it is. Catharsis in my tentative tread is not a transcendence. My scant trace, finding macabre humor in absence, faded aloneness bends toward fatality. Hope's evocation abased to a slow tease. This death promises sacrament, if only eternal silence. I am strangely calm. I am still alive. There is always tomorrow, though I am not certain that I am amendable to the future. There is no future. There is no tomorrow. I am strangely calm. I ask a final question contritely, blindly stroking the mirthful humor of God's cosmic paucity. If love seems to exist so firmly, attained and lost by so many, why haven't I even the slightest vestige of love's gravity? Ashamed, I ask no more. Increasingly, I find beauty in the loneliest sacrament, this virgin totality of cessation. Let this final promise of effortlessness, like my life, end in aloneness, not loneliness, absence, catharsis, mirth, strange, and boldly fulfilled. And this is the second poem. It's called Speak to Me Favorably. To me you say, speak favorable fortunes, but what favorable lament can silence my pervasive and enroaching hostility toward myself? To summarize my tentative future, I surface anxiously, arising haphazardly from an unholy circumstance, a redemptive peculiarity stroking my back while turned bashfully. I fight intractable reflections, for I observe myself in half measures, impatiently, glowering thought forms a finger's length away. I prey upon myself solipsistically, a turbid Narcissus over troubled water, where self attritions between resignation and anticipation. I remain alone, quietly seeking unnerved ego through purpose, yet deviation persists. I meet myself with nothing to say. I glare ruefully through my image, and disparate, shattered insight clings, weighing on providence. I am both renewed purpose and confused deviation. As I emerge from my chasm of fragmented time, I say to you, if I am self, why can't I feel joy in possessing myself? I've read that self is remonstrate, a slander luridly askew from the point. What is the point? If the self labors through illusion and absence, why try to clasp at it? Does the suffering of seeking self-definition give misplaced vitality, strife giving purpose, though unnatural disquiet be the end result? The honest longing for being is to approach becoming intimately, yet we train ourselves in a vacuum, hoping to become better selves, holding onto impermanence. What is immortal? Nothing. What is truth? A thing none of us can appropriate from others, for we must find it within ourselves. I ask, if I am truth in myself, yet if I am not immortal in any form, what does my humanity mean? Speak favorably, you say, but there is nothing favorable about grasping tirelessly at that which is mercilessly absent, a self never meeting absolution, a self always on dissolution's edge. Thank you.
Everybody you give it up for Messiah Payne.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, Messiah. Yeah.
Phenomenal. Absolutely beautiful, man.
Thank
wow.
you.
Wow. Heartfelt, so heartfelt, man.
I especially
isolation
like
is a gift. I'm sorry, go ahead.
There's no one
I don't want to cut you. Really well done. I just wanted to chime in and say that I especially like the phrase luridly askew. And I kept that and put that in my back pocket just as a nice thing to hear. And I also really enjoyed your choices in the poem.
Thank you.
Messiah, you have a lexicon like no other. Like I love the pictures you paint. That feature you did for us too is like insane, man. Like much love and appreciation. But check this out. Everybody's heading out to go see Diane Ward in 8 minutes, so we're gonna slide Prop in there because Jane wanna see him. And then Nayma's gotta go. She on the other side of the pond, so I flipped her up in the script. And so yeah. Prop, if you got us, man. I appreciate
Right
it.
on. Well, thank you all for always, just always. So, it's rumor has it I'm going to be going back in the studio in like a week and a half, like this professional studio. So I got some practicing to do. So I'm going to do like a 6-track thing where it's my poetry mixed with cover songs. So these don't really have titles; they have nicknames. So this one's nicknamed "Wish You Were a Mother." Mother, may I spit a rhyme about a time when you didn't leave me, sifting through shadows, searching for my own remains. An identity archaeologist I have become, but I am tired of digging till my heart goes numb because my mixed blood just doesn't know which hole to fill. Mother, do you think they'll drop the bomb? Mother, do you think they'll like this song? Mother, do you think they'll try to break my balls? Mother, should I build a wall? Mother, should I run for president? Mother, should I trust the government? Hell no! Mother, will they put me in the firing line? Ooh, is it just a waste of time? Hush now, baby, baby, don't you cry. Mama's gonna put all of her fears into you. Mama's gonna make all of your nightmares come true. And Mama's gonna keep you right here under her wing. She won't let you fly, but she might let you sing. Mama's gonna keep baby cozy and warm. Ooh, babe. Ooh, babe. Ooh, babe. Of course, Mama's gonna help build a wall. I may be starved for your affection, but I refuse to eat my words. I'd rather curse and weigh the way that you're acting like a black widow, even though all 5 of your husbands are still alive, while we continue to tell the story about how we survived. Barely. Now, even after years of silence masking all of their violence, venom still echoes in your voice and your predetermined choices to lie through life one story at a time until you finally find someone who might actually buy into our declining stock before it crashes. Now, I'm sorry if my tongue lashes, but I did learn from the best that to invest in my future, I have to manipulate the now, and I wish I could thank you for showing me how, but you know what? I tried it your way, and it just ain't mine. Mother, do you think she's good enough? For me? Mother, do you think she's dangerous? To me? Mother, will she tear your little boy apart? Mother, will she break my heart? Hush now, baby, baby, don't you cry. Mama's gonna check out all your girlfriends for you. Mama won't let anyone dirty get through. Mama's gonna wait up until you get in. And Mama will always find out where you've been. Mama's gonna keep baby healthy and clean. Ooh, babe. Ooh, babe. Ooh, babe. You'll always be a baby to me. Mother, will you simply tell me why? Were it a color, my childhood would be blue, a dark, pretty bruise.
Yo.
Wow.
Wow, everybody unmute, give it up for Prop. Stacy's got to head
That
out because
was
they're doing that feature. So
brilliantly beautiful.
just love in all
Phenomenal.
directions to everyone. Unmute yourselves.
With the delivery.
Love the Pink Floyd.
Awesome.
Love the whole thing. Just beautiful.
Awesome. Yeah.
I grew up on Pink Floyd. Man. Yo, that last line too of my childhood would be a color would be blue. Like the fucking dark first. Like, wow.
That was perfect. That was perfect. That was perfect.
Thank you all. Thank you for
Straight up.
listening.
And real quick before she heads out, can everybody give it up one more time for Miss Stacy Dyson?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And all y'all ladies, if
Yes,
you want to go
yes,
see the
yes, yes.
Diane
Woo-hoo.
one, I think I posted it. Let me try to get the link again if I can find it. All y'all ladies want to head out there. There's just dudes on the list anyways. We'll be here. You guys go watch Diane Ward. Um, Stacy, thank you again so much. Um, I really appreciate you and I love you as a soul and as a human being and I love what you're doing and the words that you have to spread. And so it has been my honor hosting you tonight for this feature.
Thank you so much, dear heart. I do appreciate it. Sorry I have to run, but I am sure that I will catch everybody on the flip side. Y'all take it light.
Bless, man, bless. All right, so coming from overseas, we got the last lady in the house because she's gonna stick around for this and then probably go to sleep. But if you want, head over because it's gonna be a minute for her feature anyways. You got time to spit to us and then go meet up with the ladies. Nayma, you've been doing so good. I'm so glad to see you here. Um, Tell us what's up, man. Link the book, how things been going. Read us some poems. Do what you do. We love you.
Well, thank you. And it's great to be back with the Open Minds family. This same old, still plugging away. Okay, I'm sharing 2 poems. First poem, The Unmoored Moor. In the scorched Arab Peninsula, the Brotherhood faces the Qibla. The oil field runneth over. I am the poor relation, too African to qualify. In sub-Saharan Africa, where the forests are shrinking, in the mines very twinkling, scrambled Africa on toast, for the first world we host, rejected by the flock, too Arab for Africa. In the place of my birth, the gluttonous annals of power, exploited labor devoured, without recourse, a Trojan horse, foraging for riches unearthed, a geographical accident of birth, a square peg in an ethnic box, identity in a tick, which self to tick, a nullidad's paradox. Thank you. And the second piece.
Thank you.
Hands. Oftentimes, I have old hands, their bulging branched surface convex, like veins clogged with life's short shrift, trapped in the hourglass with the sands. They chide when unconsciously caught in the corner of the eye, and they scurry for pockets to hide, like objects of offense and injury. Some days, shimmering calmly, like the surface of a lake, dissolving trails of ink, faintly flickering, artfully. They are the hands skimming stones across a languid liquid surface, who grew out hems of school trousers and held the boy in steadying embrace, releasing the man to face fortune, the hands cupped in prayer, reaching in the dark for the light, whose pleas were damningly denied as flailing faith writhed and died. Sacrilege avec savoir-faire. The hands who nursed back to health and creatively crafted cuisine, taking diction from the emotional stream, relentlessly rising out of the ravine, their graceful beauty taking away breath. The facade heralding the interior, clasping them like the hands of loved ones, achingly absent for far too long, and a cheer from the memories loggia. Thank you.
Thank you, Nayma. Everybody unmute yourself and give it up for
Yes,
Nayma
thank
Chamchoun.
you. Wow. I'm glad I stuck around to hear that. It was beautiful.
So beautiful, so beautiful, beautiful. Yes.
I love
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's like a harmony that's happening like between your syllables. Like even your voice, the way it maneuvers in and out of syllables, creates another meter that's just gives texture to everything that you're saying. So dope. So dope.
So CP gave me this challenge the other day. Me, him, and Cozzy were on it. So Cozzy knows the challenge. He knows it. And that poem right there was actually giving me a lot of inspiration towards that challenge because it's like, you have a way of you could just say these like very poetic, descripting words, and even if they don't fully rhyme, they fall into place just perfect because of the tone and everything. And so I was like, oh. So, because you guys know how I do poetry. I have very complex rhyme schemes. I like rhyming. I wanted to be a rapper, right? And so CP was like, write me a poem without no rhymes. So I'm like, that goes against everything. It was so much harder than I thought. I was like, oh, I got that. Oh, I could say anything. Like, yeah. And then I started to type and write, and I was like, how do I not rhyme? So I have to practice a few times. I practiced with this little one that I did to read for you earlier, but you weren't there. I don't think most of the people were here, so I'm just gonna do it real quick before Cos jumps on if that's cool. But before I do that, everybody
absolutely
unmute one more time and give all the love you have for Nayma Chamchoun. Yo, like
Love you.
That was beautiful. Lovely, 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 lovely. Yes.
People with glasses rock. People with glasses rock.
Word, word, word.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. And it was truly inspiring. Like every time I hear you, like you've been coming around, it's been about a year or so too. You've been around since the beginning too. And Stacy was our first feature, and I was saying like, man, I'm just so grateful for, where this thing's gone in a year. Like it's so cool, and it's because of people like you and people like Lantern and CP and Kaz and everybody in this room. Principe, Rich is new, with Magus be chopping. I know Rich is gonna come back. I was recommended by Marissa Prada before she left, said you need to feature Rich. And I said, well, I got two people booked so far for the start of the year. We're gonna start January 4th with Cozzy Coz. He's gonna do his alphabet poem and the entirety of it. So we're gonna start off the year with the basics, the
Nice.
alphabet poem from A to Z from Cozzy Coz. And yes, I said Z because I'm in Canada now, and that's how we do it. From my over the pond people.
Right.
But yeah, so before we get into you, I just wanted to boost that up. This is a practice. CP, this isn't the one I'm writing for you. It's a practice. It was just something I wanted to say that I was gracious for everybody. So it's called Gracious for All. Slowly I walk, head up high, grateful everything I see as life goes. I'm grateful for each one of you. The words I speak are sentimental from my art I spread with words imbued with love and life for. Truly has been a blessing spitting for y'all. But yeah, so that's one that don't rhyme, but I'm trying to get CP to rhyme his own head. I'm practicing with the style of it. Cause I'm like, if I can't rhyme, Omega, you rhyme. And so if you filled in any of those little blanks or pauses, notice I didn't rhyme, if you then you're truly a poet and hopefully it's working. Cause when I go to write the one for CP, like it's gotta all right, yeah. Anyways, so Cozzy Coz, if you could unmute yourself and bless us with some word, brother, I'd appreciate it.
All right, all right. What's up? What's up? Hello, everybody. How is everybody? I hope everybody is good today. As y'all may not know, I've been coming in late every week because I thought it was 8 o'clock, but I just recently learned it was 7 o'clock. So my bad, no disrespect, you know what I mean, for real. So I will be coming at 7 o'clock from now on. This piece that I will be performing is an anaphoric piece. It's a word that actually was taught to me by none other than the one and only Nona Lea. She schooled me on that. Based on my last poem that I did, the one that like I think about this, I think about that. And yeah, she schooled me, she educated me. So this is another anaphoric poem that I will be performing for y'all tonight. It is titled Paradox. I'm respectfully disrespectful. I'm politely rude. I'm vindictively non-vengeful. I'm courteously crude. I'm peacefully at war. I'm pleasantly mean. I'm a sweet soldier, but I'm visibly unseen. I'm nostalgically forgotten. I'm a discarded jewel, but I'm awfully awesome. It's why I'm kindly cruel. I'm quietly loud. I'm confidently insecure. I'm humbly conceited. I'm positively unsure. I'm famously anonymous. I'm popularly unknown. I'm a rich vagabond. I'm a child all grown. I'm foolishly wise. I'm meekly proud. But sometimes less is more, so I'm my own single crowd. Thank you.
Yo,
All
Cuz.
right.
Yo, this man, so we've been chatting it up and stuff. We've been hanging out like the last week or so, me, CP, Cuz, my my wife, my homie, and we've sent Cuz, I think it was like 3 or 4 different poem challenges in 48 hours, and he completed every single one of them gracefully and with like joke like, and they were hard ones. It was like do a whole poem using only 1 syllable words. Do the Cyclops poem with only words with one eye, and he even threw like numbers in it that only had one eye. Like it was dope. He did a little shout out to it. And then what was
Thank
the other
you.
challenge that we gave you too? Was the write about an object from the observer's
Yo,
perspective of the narrator that's watching
yes,
that, and the
yes.
interaction between it and the environment. Like get rid of all ids. There's no I, they, them. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
No descriptors. Just strictly like the observer's
Right, no identifiers.
observance of it. Yeah, and he crushed that one too. And then I think there was another one. I don't know. It just everything we could think of, we were throwing at cause, and like 2 hours later, here you go. I did that though. What's up? What do you got for me next? So yeah, we're excited for the ABCs starting out the year with you, man. Thanks again, everybody. Unmute one more time and give it up
Thank
for
you.
cause.
Thank you.
Cozzy
Yeah, brother.
Coz.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes.
What's up? What's up? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you. It's an honor to spit for y'all. For real, I love this. Thank y'all for this safe space. I
Honored to have
love this.
you.
Thank y'all. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. For real. For real. I need this. I need this.
Well,
Word.
thank you and welcome to the fam. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, we appreciate you being here, bro. And I like chatting with you too, man. We gonna call it. We gonna get on some stuff together, man. We got some hijinks. Kazi and I are gonna be coming up with some hijinks for people here soon. But yeah, coming up
Word.
next,
Word.
yeah, we got another open mind staple, yo, Principe. If y'all ain't following Principe on Instagram, I recommend you do. I will get the link for y'all so he can worry about reading the poem. Principe, if you can unmute yourself and bless us with some words, man, I'd appreciate it.
The poem called Nana. Stolen 16 years ago, Nana lost signal with the earth. More like passed away. More specifically, It was a stroke. Nana's life was moved by ups and downs, no run around. Stubborn as they come, strong as well. Those Texas eyes had story to tell. Not to sell, but to inspire. But the day she died, she made her bed with God. God planned my summer. Weird, how odd. Took a trip to New York to see my dad's family. But the day she died, I found her head face down on the table. In my maze of a mind, I was bended by the moment. Called 911 in a state of shock. The funeral was drenched in tears, but filled with love because of a dove called Nana home.
Yo, everybody, unmute yourself and give it up for Prince P and Prince P's Nana.
Wow.
We're moving.
Yeah, beautiful tribute. Yeah.
And like I said, if you guys aren't following Prince P on Instagram, you should. Dropping steady poems. We love you, brother. Coming up next, we've got. Let me just find this here again. We got Dre who had to dip out. So it's CP up next. All right. So CP, if you could unmute yourself, my brother, and bless us with some words, I would appreciate it.
Hey, how's everybody doing? What was I about to do? Oh, can I share screen?
Yeah, I made you the co-host. You should be able to share screen now.
Okay. Now I gotta figure out how to do it. There you go, big green button.
If you want sound, make sure you click the share with audio. If you need.
Okay. Y'all still with me?
Yeah, we got you, bro.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
We hear you. We see you.
Oh, okay, awesome. Is it?
We see what
Oh,
you're
is the
seeing.
text big enough? Sorry, is the text big enough? And I'll just start the poem.
I mean, I could read it, but we got some older folks. You might want to up it up a little bit, you know, for the.
If I went and lost myself, would you know where to find me? I'll wrap up my bones in stolen fetal position, heartbeats and cold sweat out. There was a time I wasn't a distant shadow of a Peter Pan. I'm a lost boy waiting for the hi-hats, drum kit, and dope hook. I'm a little unsteady Hiroshima looking for a healthy way to blow off a little steam. A little ridiculed flaw inside a superficial wrinkle on a god's forehead. I've become a member of a Chernobyl family that lives by a code of ethics that revolves around rhetoric. My handful of antidepressants are in I need sanity shaky couplets that I use to pull from Marlboro menthol cigarettes that were too busy exhaling. God damn it, damage my I love me is a message in a whiskey bottle too damn to read. First name fuck, middle name you, last name left me busting nuts all over the PIs as if a pity party favors, low self-esteem and jello shots, too unstable to foundation. Oh, forgive me, I forgot I was human. Tomorrow's peanut butter prayers are already sticking to the roof of my mouth. Tomorrow's I will be losing my mind will be found in what else is new. Tomorrow's I need to eat will sleep instead of facing, and I'm starving for a change. I've changed clothes in hoes that love to leave theirs off. Maybe the last couplet can explain why I lost myself, and then it took me too long to find my way back home. Poem. And then I have a second one.
Well, goddamn, CP. I like seeing how you write now on it. I see. Remember, I showed you some of my lyrics. I see what you write in here. I see. I like the style, bro.
Yeah, it's just someone asked if they could see how I write some of my poems. So I just chose a different couple. Kid in the Jewelry Heist. It's getting published in an anthology. I just have to get the confirmation about it before I say anything. Kid in the Jewelry Heist. Shout out to my professors. I was born bored with a set of machine gun gums, groomed to one day believe in this gift of gab the same way strung out ghosts believe in gospel. It's a passageway. It's a time machine. It's a loose cannon disguising itself as a paycheck stub. It's the bully inside the playground of your own consciousness, desperately needing someone else to pick on. It's not being afraid to die. It's because you almost did way too many times before you hit 30. It's a cell phone on a tin can string of lies. It's an I'm almost glad you got away, almost glad I didn't stumble a drunk room full of metaphors into this love-hate relationship my penis has with itself. Damn if you bolt, damn if you nuts. It's not giving a fuck to a cheap one. It's never wishing to be young again because your childish temper tantrums never grew up. It's about being a rock star. It's being a rock star with rhetoric. It's being a rock star with rhetoric and fasting your words so you may better understand sound. I was born bored, half hungry, half a halo, half of the time I feel like half of a two-way street headed towards nowhere. Hold up. I feel like a stick-up kid for yourself in a jewelry heist where I'm not considered priceless. Hold up. I feel like the other half of a rainbow that only a raindrop born in heaven can see. I feel like the atom holding up a sunflower smile and a snowflake on a young girl's tongue. At the same damn time, I feel like autumn, right before it gave up on the summer. As a matter of fact, I feel like the goddamn colon right before the definition of great. I feel like what's truly beautiful in me, it's just starting to crawl. I'm loving the stumble. I'm loving the shade the same way a hard time does. Loving everything. I know, like I've learned nothing at all. I'll follow you into tomorrow today, but only if I can finally give up on waiting for it. Home. Thanks, guys and gals. But yeah, thanks.
CP, my brother.
Hey.
I like seeing your rhyme scheme breaking down because
Yeah. Awesome.
You're fucking dope. Everybody unmute yourselves and give the most amazing applause and all the love in the world.
Hard, CP. You come hard. That was amazing.
Ridiculous, man.
Appreciate
it. Wow.
Appreciate it.
Wow.
It's fun picking up like the forms, like, you know, getting acclimated to forms and all these different criticisms and all this other gorgeous stuff. But to know like when to break a form at the right fucking time to make it poignant is just as important as knowing the form itself, you know?
And as someone who grew up uneducated and just wrote whatever came out of me and starting to learn forms now, I'm like,
yeah, forms.
I like
forms
the
are
roadmap.
Forms are cool. Yeah, forms are like a seatbelt that keeps you from spiraling out of control in a car. But sometimes you need to undo that seatbelt. Reach in the back and stop the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, thank you guys.
Word.
CP, purely amazing. iPhone, we love you too. We're still here.
Oh my God, sorry, it's me.
Shout
it's
out
Mattie.
who you
I'm
with.
sorry.
Oh, who is it?
It's Mattie.
Oh, it's Mattie.
What's up,
What's
guys?
good, Mattie?
I'm logged in on my phone because I'm just driving home from work, and I officially going forward. I have Fridays, so I get to see you guys every Friday now, and like this is our last shit. Yeah, so next time I'll be on time. I'm fucking stoked, man.
Mattie's
Hi,
got Fridays
everybody.
out now.
Right
I
on,
missed you guys
Mattie.
so much.
We
We
miss you
missed
too. We
you.
love you. Enjoy this poetry. Hopefully you make it home safe and then you get to spit for us. Coming up
Oh
next
my
though, we got
God,
someone who we
yay.
ain't seen for a minute. And me and my wife, we were just talking about this man. We was like, where my little brother at? We're like, I ain't seen Daniel in a minute. I go, but is it a good thing that we haven't seen him? Cause with some people, like, Mattie started working, so we ain't seen her in a while, but she got her Fridays off now, so she's coming back. So Daniel, is it a good thing or a bad thing why we ain't seen you?
Could be a little bit of both, work, stress, mental health, a little
Ah,
bit of
bet,
everything.
bet. Yeah, if you can bless us with some words, man, I'd appreciate it, brother. We love you.
Sure. So I got two poems actually. One I've written about 2 months ago, and another one that I've written a month ago. First one is called Glossophobia, which is the fear of public speaking. And the second one is called Living in the Negatives, which is like a rock bottom type of poem, but it is what it is. So this is Glossophobia. The fear of public speaking. Despite sharing my own work, anxiety breaks through the ceiling. My hands start shaking as if I'm freezing, flying through stanzas as I'm trying to control my breathing. All eyes on me, as if I was caught speeding, stealing attention, hoping someone finds my notions intriguing, taking it slow so that no lines are misleading, juggling metaphors as emotions become overwhelming. It's so common that it affects 75% of our population. Confidence dissolves, all due to public communication. Do you want to perform? Thoughts on rotation. Shit, I don't know. Which then builds frustration. No, it's okay, but I'll stay for inspiration. Listening to poets undressing their souls became motivation. Snapping because I'm dazzled by my generation. Poetry is therapy without the medication. Writing about how we feel, regardless of the interpretation. It's bliss depending on the information. Sadness takes the spotlight and the room is contaminated. On stage, experimenting with elevation. I'll overcome the fear. It takes practice to be somewhat perfect. As long as I have faith in myself, I can close the door to forget. Perform a piece of my conscience that even has me impressed. Spreading the love by describing pain became my way to connect. I can focus on my craft and what I write down, thinking about the next line as I scan the crowd. I start sweating as demons circle around, but then I'm humble because of the relief my poems announce. Being an introvert can be a huge factor, can't risk embarrassment, and yet I stammer, hiding behind the shadows of a pitiful disaster, reading pages of life, oblivious on the next chapter. Pain keeps the mind awake. When performing, it's quite easy to stumble on a mistake, rocking my body as I struggle to keep my back straight. Intrusive thoughts emerge, so I manage what I can tolerate. My eyes roam as I read some new shit. Poems of a bashful man trying to exist. Life stabs my innocence and karma gives me a kiss. My 3 minutes are up and I drift, closed off like Area 51. But that's because I'm reticent, unable to respite like the average resident, comfortable with my work and yet I'm hesitant. Pay attention because mental illness is evident. Jumping on an idea so that I can finish it in 2 days. Emotionally naked as I pray agony can be replaced. My shoulders can't accommodate the weight. Lost and confused, walking towards fate. Making promises to God for a clean slate. No stone unturned became a personal trait. I'm getting drunk off whatever I create. If writer's block becomes a concern, I continue a different day. Swimming in social anxiety. People can judge, but I value my privacy. How ironic with poems that describe me, writing about experiences as if it's a diary. I'm on deck, so I have to mentally prepare. Pull out my phone, nervous due to what I'm about to share. Read it over in my head as I sit insensible on a chair. Seconds become minutes, I swear. My name is called, and even Satan is aware. Walking to the stage, holding hands with despair. Glossophobia. Hopefully, it's a temporary issue. Just because I'm afraid it won't prevent content from being produced. People will listen to dread, but ignore it like a damaged tissue. If poetry wasn't a thing, I would have used a noose. Text a handful of acquaintances, curious on the response they'll shoot. Contemplate as hope is unfit to boost. I can't sleep if I'm confined in thought loops. I write it all down, and these poems are proof. It's a dream of mine to prosper off this, so I have no excuse. I'm Daniel Fernandez. It's time for a legend to be introduced. Thank you. That's the first one.
My boy Bars. Daniel Fernandez, a legend to be introduced.
Danny boy.
Thank you. This is the
Danny
second.
boy.
Hey, Mattie.
Hi, I love
Living
you. I
in the
missed you.
negatives. Missed you too. I'll see if I can join more Fridays events. It's just been a little tough. So this is the second one. Living in the negatives. Paycheck hits and I can finally function. I have to cash out a portion before the deductions. Make it through a week or two without interruptions. Buy groceries before my body malfunctions. Monday comes by and some bills aren't cleared. Tuesday approaches, which escalates the fear. Wednesday turned up and the numbers appear. Negative 120. The struggle is real. Thursday arrives and mental health is severe. Friday hits but my pay stub isn't here. This bi-weekly shit is asking for a new career. I have to hustle for a week without displaying how I feel. Lack of sleep makes emotions hard to control. Regrets become alarm clocks that make you jolt. I'm fine, don't worry about it. The truth is untold. Deprivation appeared and our happiness foreclosed. My job is being transferred and my girlfriend is leaving. So much pressure in my chest, it's affecting my breathing. I have to stand my ground like a fox when screaming. My choices are illusions because it's quite deceiving. We daydream 30% of the time, distracting ourselves, but it's all in the mind. We want so much and it's making us blind. Stop looking for it and that's when you'll find. Poetry is worth its weight in gold to me. Help me realize that it's not as bad as it can be. Despite being broke, it gives me the chance to believe. But after the poem's done, I'm back to being worried. I'm trying to keep the wolves away like Uncle Lucius, working until my soul is clueless. Come home to complain about life being rough, coping any way I can, but honestly, I've had enough. I'm known for giving a good tip, but I can't even give one at this time. I'm starving for an opportunity to align. It's a delicate situation that's painful to describe. Poetry helps, even though some think my honesty is out of line. Those who refuse to depend on others have experienced the most disappointment. People tend to be silent when angry in order to prevent an argument. When rent is late, self-doubt is persistent. Surviving in a world ruled by violence, nothing stays hidden forever, including emotions. It had me concerned like a bad omen. I will keep going until my legs are broken. Praying poetry can save me and set things in motion. My wallet is full of cards with a balance that's practically empty, with little to no value, like a penny. I'm so broke I can't even go to Wendy's. I have to hustle to make it as stated previously. Placebos can be as good as real treatments. So I write and write so that depression decreases. People don't know themselves nor what they concede. The Jonah complex is haunting my dreams. Being in love makes you a less productive person. Observing the petals of a rose while stuck in tunnel vision. Stranded and open to any suggestions. A genuine soul with great intentions. Stay positive and good things will happen. I have to remind myself before accepting compassion. When confronted by failure, my conscience examines. Progress is a drug that's more addictive than heroin. Living in the negatives while dreaming about the positives. If I keep going down this road, I'll become a fugitive. I'm running out of hope. That's not the way to live. Writing my life down because living is evocative. I never knew that confessions are explosive. If you still don't know why I do this, clearly you haven't noticed. Read this poem over and you'll find the motive. Thank you.
Yo, Daniel, thank you. It's so good seeing you again. Yo, everybody, unmute yourselves. Give it up for Daniel Fernandez. Buy this young man's book.
Spectacular.
He
Yes,
needs,
yes.
we need to
Yeah,
show him that poetry is the world for him, that he got the skill and talent to make a life
that
out
was
of it.
You bought it,
Man,
man.
yeah, look, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Y'all make sure you got
yeah.
that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Buy his book. It's excellent. I've read it several times now.
So
I
fire.
haven't
Good to
read
see
it yet.
you
I haven't
again,
read it yet.
Daniel.
Daniel, you have bars on bars on bars on bars, and your ability to rhyme and not repeat is insane.
Thank
Captain
you.
Flow.
I appreciate it. Everyone here
Word,
is
word.
awesome. We're all
Yo,
amazing poets.
uh, yeah, Prince P, I think you meant to send that to the wrong person. Or no, okay, you said okay, it was a direct message. Yeah, Prince P just bought the book. Man, you got
Oh,
another, you got people
thank you.
buying your books. If I had the money, I'd buy it too. I'm gonna buy everybody's book here, and I'll have a library behind me with everyone's books. But we're doing the best we can here to keep the show going. Yeah, thank you so much, Daniel. It's good seeing you again. Rich, I think I've met you before. at a workshop or another open mic or something. I don't think you've ever been to open minds before, but your name and your face are very familiar. Have you ever been here, or did we meet somewhere else?
It's possible that you and I met virtually at another Zoom. This is my first appearance at this open mic here.
Okay, that's what it was. I remember meeting you before. I think it was it might have been a Finbell workshop or something.
Yeah, our connection would be Marissa Prada, who was evidently most kind to recommend me to you. So that was nice of her to do that.
Yeah, we appreciate that. We try to stay kind of, I don't promote this. It's based on recommendations, so we can keep a really tight, cool room, And
Yeah.
I'm grateful to have you here. And I was actually recommended by Marissa too that we should feature you. And so we just started booking for next year for January. I have 2 people booked for the beginning of January. I would like to get a female into because I don't, I like to switch up so everybody has a voice. If I do a whole month of just men at the beginning, it wouldn't go good. But if I could do sometime in February, if you're open at all, let me know.
Yeah, let's have a conversation. I'll send you my details privately. Also, someone I don't know this person. I don't think you and I have met. Somebody called iPhone said my voice is smooth. So thank you for saying that.
Oh, that's
I don't think
Mattie. Oh,
Mattie.
Mattie's
Thank you,
awesome.
Mattie.
Yeah, Mattie, baby.
I
She's
appreciate that.
amazing. You have a very good radio voice. And so what I like to do when people first come here for the first time, everybody unmute yourselves. Give a big open mind, open heart, open arms welcome to Rich.
Thank you very much.
Let's go, Rich.
Welcome.
Stoked.
Welcome.
All right.
So
Open
happy to
mind.
have you.
I've got 2 for you tonight. Then I'm seeing that that's what the custom is here, so I'm going to do 2. And the first one, it's called Sous Chef's Kiss. And this poem is dedicated to all those artists who take way too long to preface their artwork, which I won't do right now. This poem investigates the hierarchical meaning of my cultural cereal as I lean into difficult structures to question the validity of 2% low-fat milk. In this poem, I digress from typical definitions of hamburger and explore the more penetrative nuances of hot dogs. With this poem, the counterculture's obsession with my pajamas becomes revealed, and intuitive remarks arising out of the dynamic interstices between me and your bed become altruistically, powerfully transgressive among the IKEA. This poem takes as its linguistic impulse the roots of my garbage, and the lyrics of this work interrogate my neighbor as a nominal curative, with a carefully pejorative aim set builded towards a hegemonistic thong, providing a cursory evaluation and an intuitive, problematic analysis of the stigma and shame that surrounds asparagus. This poem tasks the common experience with a banana with shamelessly regarding those who experience such fruit in ways that populate an open mouth with a promise of elevated aliveness. This poem bravelessly pulls the curtain over the emancipation of a typical serving of mac and cheese, thus overcoming indeed, in its own right, an intransigent society's predilection for corn on the cob, leisure, yoga pants pulled tight and translucent over the values enlightened communities look to for moral and savage sustenance. And so, therefore, a significant portion of this poem has dilated cervical understandings of lingerie to extreme soaked hybrids of hubris and potential within the dialectical confines of your mama, thereby proving provincially that vast swaths of heuristic adult video stores cannot and will not accommodate a climate of intimidation when the general populace has no taste for it, them, us, a lollipop, or indeed the viewer. And it is here, at the intersection of divinity and peekaboo, a la Montevideo, I see the mountain, wherein we find ourselves at long last horny, abject, fighting for non-existent rights within that sesame-toasted lumberjack nail salon, nay, further, on behalf of that high-priced escort that dwells in all of us, even though fear is what makes us Walmart, makes us spring a bone, fling a bushwash, makes us mayonnaise the ham speculum more deeply than anything we know in this world. But those of us who are courageous enough to challenge the foregone climacticisms inherent in both the box of Jimmy Dean's frozen sausage and in the conglomerate tricycles of institutional, sugarless disforeplay will doubtedly survive the difference with a brilliant gleam in the newfound groin of equitable just barbecues and of renewed hope for next Thursday, a kind of sous chef's kiss, if you will. Okay. This poem is called Stay Alert. Watch what you are doing and use common sense when operating a power tool. One of my favorite tools to use is my Makita cordless power drill. It's got a lithium-ion battery and it can deliver close to 500 inch-pounds of torque. And this little baby can go through anything: sheetrock, mahogany wood, 1-inch concrete, and plate steel. It practically does all your work for you. This thing weighs less than 4 pounds, even with the battery attached. And it's got a top drill bit turn speed of 1,600 RPM. And I got it for under $100. Can you believe that? Theodore Willigan, age 64. The customer who had mocked me for my job. The customer who whistled for me as if I were a dog or a small child. The customer who put his hand in front of my face as though to dismiss me and my worth, now stared at me from the table I'd strapped him to in my basement. The smell of his old American pheromones and his old spice and his perspiration and the paints I kept around blended into a heady perfume that a smart marketing exec would have called no romance. Willigan's stupid Vietnam veteran cap shook as he roared at me in a tone of equal parts fear and defiance. You really think you'll get away with this? They'll give you the goddamn death penalty if you kill me. And why? You're doing all of this because you're mad about how I talk to you? You need to get the hell over it. It's part of your job. If you don't like it, get another job. It was almost like he didn't even care about how cool my new drill was. My back was to him just then. I was lost in the beauty of that little green LED light on the handle of the drill that tells you when it's got a full charge. Seeing that full charge light gave me a full charge. Have you ever felt that steamy flush in the skin when you defend yourself and you know you're right? It's like that itch in your back where your angel wings are starting to grow. It's like a night meadow full of those little green LED lights sprouting from the ground and lighting up the world. The little green LED lights telling you that you now have full power. A sparrow flew over the house just then also and sang us both a song about a glorious dame in a film noir movie, and I made a note to Netflix that epiphany later. To Netflix that hotness. To Netflix my last will and testament. As all of this pretty sanity continued on, the loose light bulb over the table I had him on swung to and fro in a silly little curve over his worthless face. It occurred to me that he looked a bit like the actor who played Baron Harkonnen in the 1984 film Dune. His resemblance to that actor made me hate him even more powerfuler. And his resemblance to that actor also made me God for a little while, which, honestly, I did not mind. I turned to face him. We locked eyes then. We locked hearts, too. We almost locked cocks as well, except that he would never have been able to deserve my sex. The next thing I said to him came out so calmly, so suavely measured, that you would have sworn I was an unbelievably handsome actor like John Hamm or something. This isn't just about how you talk to me, although believe me when I tell you that in the next several minutes, you're going to learn all about what the word sorry really means. It's also about how you talk to everyone who wears a name tag, everyone who works in retail, every wait person, everyone who works in customer service. What I am about to do to you is not just for me, but for all of them. We're not laying down anymore for the way you customers treat us. Still want to mock how much I make an hour? Oh, and is there anything you would like your family to know before we begin? He sputtered out a mouthful of inadequate apology words, fast and frantic, with his gross spit flecking down on his chin like I'd just given him a facial or something the moment he saw me pull the trigger on the drill, the second he heard its perfect, beautiful, rotational industrial whine. You know what's odd? Blood looks different when it splashes on your shirt or your hand than when it spatters on a wall. That was kind of a surprise to me.
That's you gonna end it like that? Oh my goodness, Rich. I want to say this right. How do you pronounce your last name? Boucher?
Boucher.
Boucher. Rich Boucher. Thank you for coming through the Open Minds Open Mic. Thank you for those two wonderful pieces. I would really like to feature you coming up in the next year, so I'm thinking mid-February or so. Send me your info. I want to hear
Absolutely.
more. Like
I
that
put
was
my
fucking incredible,
contact
man.
in the my contact info was in the chat for you. Thank you.
All right, cool. Hey, man. Hey, thank you, man, and welcome to the family.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was awesome.
That was
Hey, you got approved by my mom's.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Your mother approved. My camera keeps
that
cutting out.
was immaculately eloquent and profoundly phenomenal. Like I'm gonna have to step my word game up now because of you, yo. That was crazy.
Oh,
The way
you just blew Cozzy's mind, bro. Yeah, Cozzy's gonna have to take it up another level now.
Thank you
For
very much. I
real.
appreciate that.
Word, beautiful wording. Wow, wow, wow.
That's what we're here for, man. Is try to boost
Cheers.
everybody up. We love you all. Rich, I'ma holler at you.
All right, you got my
I'll warn
information
you.
in the chat, right?
Yeah. I got it.
By the way, what do I call you? What's your first name, or what do you want me to call you?
Thomas.
Tom.
My name's Thomas. Yeah.
All right.
It's great meeting you. Thank you so much for coming out to the show, man.
You bet.
Again, everybody, all these subs give it up for Rich.
Yes, Rich, that was really incredible work. Really, really spectacular.
Rich, come back.
Thank you.
Definitely come back.
Yes, we
Cheers.
want more. We want more. We want more.
Oh my God. It took me so long to unmute myself, but Rich, that was awesome.
Thank you so much. There you are. I was looking at the thing that just said iPhone. There you are.
Yeah, that's coming from iPhone. iPhone over here is one of the greatest
Yeah, you can call me
poets.
iPhone. From now on, my stage name is iPhone. You just call me
iPhone, you phone, we phone.
We all phone.
Your kitty cat is so cute, by the way. Just a quick aside. My goodness.
So much. This is Odin. Everybody, Odin's still alive. It's
Yes,
insane. We
I
love
know.
him
I
to
seen you
death.
posted
He's
it on
just like
Instagram.
1,000 years old.
Odin's still
Becoming
kicking.
Much
senile
love to
by the
Odin.
day.
Beautiful kitty.
Right.
Oh my God.
All right, so
I
I'm
miss
thinking
you all
about.
so fucking much.
We miss you too, and we're so glad that you got Fridays off, so you'll be here again.
Thank you.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
think we're gonna go round two. So if you want to go ahead and spit some for us, we're gonna
Me?
roll around to round two. Yeah, you're last on the list. You're up next, and then we're gonna go into a
Okay,
round two if
fine.
anybody
I'll
wants to
spit
stick
some.
around. So
Cool. What's up?
I was just gonna
Are
say
you
I
raising your
miss
hand or are you
you.
saying peace? Go ahead.
I was saying peace, go ahead, but I really wanted to just say I miss you. I'm excited to hear what you got for us. It was,
Thanks.
but I was trying
Miss
to do
you
that in
too.
just
Bye,
like a look.
Lantern. I
Oh,
didn't even
Lantern's
realize
out.
Lantern
Peace.
left. Bye, I love you, Lantern. Okay, I got some poems. I've been doing slams and getting good scores, and I think I've improved my ability to stay under 3 minutes. So that was cool. That's been cool. Anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna read that one, but I'll read you. I have two. One of them's short. Actually, I read both of these at Slam. I've been reading more. I've been going to poetry and fucking participating in life. So don't be sad because this poem is sad, but it's good. I'm fine. I just gotta write that shit out. Maybe I was not meant to be loved for this. My drag life, drag costume in sullen and silk, filth and fairy. I move the saw around the wound and I have so much to shriek about that I keep in. So much I need you to change in me, anyone. You were all better at footwork than me, floating and fat and fed and loved young back then. And now look at your life. Full. I sink in the shame of it. My empty house. I can't keep a thing fed other than my cat. Who but God would love me? As distracted as I get sometimes, passion, you love me and then I am the chore. Passion, you love me and then you have something else. What sorry thing could pretend at enough space for me to crawl into? A cave. What saint? What pity? A good God would never have sent me to this place so full of story with no one to tell it to. Who has the time to know me? We all know better. Telltale heart. I die with the wind stuffed into me. There is nowhere to breathe. What celebration am I here for? Even the empty spaces, which in fact were never enough to keep me anyway, they all echo the same. Dear God, I'm struggling again. Dear God, again, I am here begging, help me, or renounce me, or hold me, my exquisite corpse. Or I swear I'll stop trusting another moment of your doses of grace. Just a sip is all I get. Only a taste. And then always the mercy comes when I am on my knees and then have been pleading till the track of time is a scar. Always the shoe drops when I have just stood from prayer. You teach me. Thank you, God, for showing me the way. You teach me. Bloody knees. The sun always shines again on me for a moment. It's fine. It's enough, I guess. Dull and unwitnessed. A moment. Joy, spark, alone, and I am alone, my empty guts, my lonesome, cruel, and jealous, possessive God. God, I think you should know you ruined me for the world. No one will have me all. I could die with 1,000 hands touching me and not ever believe I have been held once. Poem.
Yo, what the fuck? That last line, though. Hey, and you said it's under 3 minutes? Because that felt like half a lifetime
I
that you
love
crammed
it.
into that 3 minutes. So,
Thank you.
so
Mattie, that
dope.
was
Welcome
beautiful.
back, everybody. Unmute yourself and give it up for Mattie.
That was
Yeah,
beautiful.
Mattie, so good to have you back. So good to hear your voice.
And I'll tell you too, I say as for what it's worth, as an atheist, I was right along with you in the whole poem, which really is significant because that's where I am in my life. And also, I have a question for you. Did you put a reference to an Aha song at the end of that poem?
You're muted, but what I think
The
she said is
Oh,
no, you're
I
just
said
that's
no, I wish, but did I
asynchronous.
quote
Yeah,
something that
you're just
exists already?
asynchronous.
Well, it's
That's
not
cool.
so much that you
Possibly.
quoted it. It was something that I thought was a reference, which was very clever. And so I think it's an accidental reference. The band Aha, which is famous for having done that song
Synchronicity.
"Take on Me" with the sketchy
Oh.
video, if you remember.
Yeah.
They had a second hit in the United States in the 80s called "The Sun Always Shines on TV." And if you've never heard it, you should give
That's
it a
cool.
listen. It's a beautiful song.
Okay, I
There you
will.
go.
I will. Appreciate that.
Post a link to
You got
that
it.
video chat, Rich. We would really appreciate that for sure.
You bet I will.
All right, so we're gonna do round two. I'm gonna start it off. Some of y'all have heard this. I know some of y'all haven't. Want to practice it? I gotta commit it to memory because I would love to do this for a slam. I come in. Your internet connection is unstable. Am I choppy right now? No, I'm
My
coming
end, you
in
were
okay.
earlier.
Yeah. Trying to think if I should turn off my video or reset my router, but here, I'll just turn the video off. Alright, am I coming in decent now? Yeah, can y'all give me a nod, something? No. Yeah, I'm alright. Y'all can hear me good?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear it.
Okay. I'm gonna do this without the video just so the lyrics don't skip. Because I'm trying to do this as a slam too, and I think I'm just under 3 minutes. I usually don't do things like that, so I'm kind of nervous about it. I want to memorize it if I can, so I remember. My mind unwinding, finding clues I left behind me, designed for my uprising. I choose the breath inside me, lined by undying views of a muse who sat beside me. Knowledge I held tight to, language I spelled right through. Image I excelled, my sights true. Through pieces of my past life into speeches that I cast live. A few breaches in my glass eye review teachers as I pass by. I grew true glitches stitched in space time to expand my mind in lieu of bass vibes. Sincerely, who knew the hinges had been swinging freely, briefly, allowing wishes to seep deep into reality? Clearly astounding. These glimpses creep around me. It's beginning to allow me to see into how we fit existing in the now beat. I sit emitting a microphone check.
You're back.
I just got kicked. Yeah, it just fucking kicked me out. Okay.
Start over. Start
Yeah.
over. Oh, yeah.
Practice makes
Let
perfect.
me. All right. I was thinking about resetting my router and having someone else do a poem real quick and then come back. But if you guys can hear me good, we connected, then we good. I can't see none of y'all, so I don't think my internet is that great. So
Good. We can hear you.
We can definitely hear you.
you can hear me?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So it's called I Remember. My mind unwinding, finding clues I left behind me, designed for my uprising. I choose the breath inside me, lined by undying views of a muse who sat beside me. Knowledge I held tight to, language I spelled.
Dropped you again.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, can't hear it. I don't think he's with
Well,
us.
CP, I guess you're the host now, so
Oh shucks, Batman.
tell us, just pick it right back up, man. Just pick it, just read the rest of the poem.
Next coming up to the platform, he's a bona fide fucking shit starter. Like that's Magus. Like bona fide fucking shit starter. Like he stirs up shit and then walks away from it and let it burns in this beautiful stench. Put your hands together for Magus, ladies and gentlemen. Magus.
The Magus. The Magus, yes, indeed. My friends, beloved poets, this is No Planet B, Radical Self-Expression Part 2. Crank those speakers up to 11. Let my words transport you to heaven. We are the gods in this sacred space, transcending sex, gender, and race, creating new worlds with our words as we take flight like birds, soaring above all this sadness, our planet possessed by madness. The future is envisioned by poets connected, minds changed, and people affected. The music of our voices makes the universe dance as we ask. All we ask is that you listen, take a chance. So open your ears for some trippy rhymes, entheogenic, hallucinogenic, for all times. Arise like the phoenix from the ashes. Our fire so bright you catch it in flashes. As hypercapitalism booms and crashes, corporations, our environment trashes, derelict messiahs, drunk on lies, overheating our planet. You can hear her cries. It's come to this vital moment in time. We as writers must call out the crime. Against this earth, there is no planet B. It's all up to us. It's up to you and me. Evolve a new branch on the family tree. Open your third eye to finally see that I'm in you as you're in me. Therein lies the secret. It's not duality. We're holographic, each one the totality. It's way past time to get a grip, crack the whip, and right the ship. Decisions we make now affect generations unborn. So let's not weep, nor should we mourn. All hands on deck for radical self-expression to defeat the forces of oppression and heal the wounds of our human mind to live in a world of real intelligent design. Thank you.
Yo, thanks for covering for me while I reset the router so we're good. Everybody unmute yourself. Give it up for the co-host, Gustav
Yeah.
Sallas.
Kill that.
Yes, sir.
Always with that fire. Yes.
Yay.
Yes.
Dude, did I see you perform somewhere live like big recently?
Who?
Magus.
Magus? Oh, he was in New York?
I was in New York in August, all over the place. New Yo, private parties.
I feel like I saw you on a stage. Like I'm actually on a stage.
Yeah, it was at the Poetry Fest, I think. Outdoors.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in New Yo. I was at Bowery Poetry Club. I was all over New York City and Philadelphia doing poetry.
Fuck yeah.
Slams,
Slinging words up on the stage,
That's awesome.
man. We love you, brother.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to hear this?
I missed
or
you.
should
I
just
missed you.
give
I
up?
missed you. I missed you. I missed you.
We missed you. Yeah, do your poem, Thomas. Come on, get it right this time.
All right. Can y'all see me now? Am I coming in clear? Is there lag on the video? Like, does it look like
good.
you're setting the router was a good choice?
Good.
Looking good.
You're doing good. Sounds great.
All right, it's called I Remember. My mind unwinding, finding clues I left behind me. Designed for my uprising, I choose the breath inside me, lined by undying views of a muse who sat beside me. Knowledge I held tight to, language I spelled right through, image I excelled, my sight's true. Through pieces of my past life into speeches that I cast live. A few breaches in my glass eye, review teachers as I pass by. I grew true glitches stitched in space-time to expand my mind in lieu of bass vibes. Sincerely, who knew the hinges had been swinging freely, briefly allowing wishes to seep deep into reality, clearly astounding. These glimpses creep around me. It's beginning to allow me to see how we fit existing in the now beat. I sit emitting a resounding bright light that surrounds me, insisting I might take flight. Proudly, loudly I sound off, tossed a few words into the sky while I fly around lost, spew 2/3 of my mind at no cost to you. Or whoever happens to cross paths with a version of me rapping about these diversionary tactics, certain words to make them backflip. I classically spit magic. Burdened birds who passively flew past it. I sarcastically chew plastic. Surge into Earth's passage. Managed to do damage artistically, rhythmically, laughing about all the past lives I was trapped in. The no one known as no one knows what happened. I fashioned a glowing orb from a flowing storm so I had something to pass him for hunting crass hymns. transmitting Gnostic vision by twisting optic ribbons. I remember being born on more than one occasion, a defender who was sworn to warn all of the neighbors. I render my physical form based on all the greatest. Am I the bravest? Or a sadist? Flipping through all of life's pages, I found out we are all made with the same sound vibration. I blame ground displacement for lame, unbound migrations. Salutations, my friends, with all my love and appreciation. Poem.
Loved it. That was good.
Dude, that was
Yeah,
100% worth hearing it 3 times. That was so good.
Woo! Yep. Third time the charm. That was perfect. That was beautiful, man. Word.
Sounded great.
Woo!
Thanks, y'all. I appreciate you encouraging my behavior. I'm thinking about spitting that as a slam piece.
I'm glad you were able to get fully connected so we could hear it.
Mm-hmm. Likewise, ditto. Yep.
Would y'all like to hear another little one that I was thinking about doing? Some of y'all might know about the form, the Cyclops form, but I believe Rich does not. So my wife Catalyst, she's so cool, she's so smart, she's so slick, she's so funny, man. She comes up with this idea for a Cyclops poem. And the way she describes it is Cyclops only has one eye. Cyclops only likes words that have one eye and one eye only. So the idea of the poem is to write a poem with the words only have one eye and one eye only. So there's I believe 280 some words in this poem, and 244 of them are unique. So it's like an 88% unique word ratio. Just because when you're using only letters with I, over almost 300 words, like you tend to use just a couple of them twice, right? But this one's called Cyclops poem. Incandescent lights shine in thine night. Pumpkin pie spice, something nice, twice priced, iced and hellish embellished life till live it till higher. Don, can you? I'm sorry about that. I had a distraction in the room, a sound distraction that was throwing me off my tempo. Incandescent lights shine in thy night. Pumpkin pie spice, something nice. Twice priced, iced and hellish embellished life. Live it till higher minds fire climbs this hike. Strike like Jedi kind. Lined wind with kites. Sign this while blind. Wise girls pillow fight with the light. Their might brings beings hurling into sight. Slight bit in flight, wings bright white. Write this right in fright tonight. Recite it till 30 upright, polite. Sprites align, refined squires, liars, deviant mind, lift wrists, twist wrists, piss fist, mist, it's mystical. Is this fucking typical? Miracle visual, pinnacle trip, mythical, reciprocal, despicable, predictable, unequivocal, sitting vermin shit, shifting to unpredictable spit, wordsmith bit his lip. I sip slick liquor, flicker into prime tribes, link with refined vibes, sicker, quicker, polite with 5 9s. Mine is whiz quizzed, gifted, shifted, fitted, knitted fabric, drastically, radically tragic, spit magic, traffic passing, his mentality slip, gravity like sanity, profanity cavity, printed in this reality. That's a difficult one to do. The other one I like a little
Yeah. Woo! Thomas.
Thomas is going in.
Right
Thomas
on.
is making moves. Tommy boy's making moves, man.
Yes. Do
Yeah.
that. Yes.
I have
Absolutely.
if y'all want, there is a shorter one that I'm thinking about doing instead, but it's a Cyclops poem, but it's a little more shorter, and I think it was the second one I did, so I think it's a little better. It's probably like a minute long, if that, if y'all want to hear that one too. I know a lot of y'all haven't. Yeah? Okay, cool. This is the second one I wrote. I begin in sin. shift swiftly into brightness, politeness, herein strictly weird riddles trickle in, tickle skin, until I spin. Grin wildly, kindly in whim, swim till I mildly disappear into unsightly biomass, insect architect, unlikely intellectual dialect, minus this priceless, timeless, lifeless mind, its witty hints, gritty city prince. Convince him I'm in, circumvented righteousness, viruses, an alliance with science. This time lies interconnected with insurmountable lives. Survive this dive. Drive twisted, I'm high, strive till I die. Tie disconnected, gifted, disrespected kids in wires, griffin rider, spider, coffin inspector, flies addicted, listed in higher choirs, higher liars, still drifted into brighter fires, tires spin, thin skin, pin pushing, pooling, drooling, writer in tighter damnation, translation, salvation. I think that one, right? Instead of the first
Wow,
one?
yeah, that was great. That was good.
Word. The first one just because there's more content.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was longer.
I like the first one.
The
I like
first
the
one?
first one because there's more to it. There's more content there for
For a slam, yeah, because it's
especially
3
for a
minutes. That
slam.
was like a.
Yeah,
All right, bet.
especially for a slam, you want to fill up that space.
Yeah, make that impact. All right, bet. I appreciate y'all feedback. Thank you for encouraging my behavior. Again, thank y'all for coming out to Open Minds, Open Mic. We still got more people for round 2 coming up. I do believe, Magus, you took over there, so it'd be on CP next, right? Is that where we got going with the Yeah, CP. If you could unmute yourself and bless us with some words, I'd appreciate it, brother.
Hey, what's good, people? If I can go off the grid and not record this one, so I can just show the text, it's like an unfinished piece, like format-wise.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep, gotcha.
No wheelchair for someone to move you around like a stroller. Protect your mental and physical health because they're like the leaves in October. We can't dwell on things we don't change. We can't change. Don't go reaching for something that's not within range. Try moving priorities like a fillet gauge. For those who are confused, Google will explain. Amplifying happiness until oblivion. Writing stories of the truth while respecting perception. Apologizing, but it's never enough for redemption. Trying to ease the stress, but there's too much tension. Love is really all that matters, regardless of our social disaster. Pity or jealousy, which would you rather? Make a choice based off the information gathered. Surrender to the feeling until your judgment is scattered. The joy of a relationship and the bliss of organic laughter. Pick your words wisely, like when playing Scramble. Testing patience until aggravation is dismantled. Listening to Final Masquerade while eating an apple. Am I the reason why love is so fragile? Maybe it's because I'm a poet, so I see love at a different angle. Devotion can keep you from moving like a broken ankle, leave you stranded with too many emotions to channel. Just find a hobby to sell your time to, like poetry, for example. Poets of this generation are thriving while World War III is in session, hiding behind their own words before Armageddon, performing for closure, not just because of attention. We just want to be happy and end up in heaven. Ignore the haters because they are like a chihuahua barking. When fame comes into play, they will be around stalking. Have faith in what you do. Screw those who are mocking. They don't understand the danger of demons crawling. The beauty of writing is that it can be about anything, even sleep. Write about the moon, sex, and even cheese. It becomes a bit personal once you mention grief. At the end of the day, I don't write this for you. I longhand it for me. Thank you. And that's the first one.
Yo, that was fucking dope, bro.
Yeah, right on,
I
Damian.
love that shit.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Damian Rucci would really get on you for that moon reference.
Yeah. It's not a poem unless it has the moon in it.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And this one is The Queen of Poetry, which Mattie's tribute. Hope you like it. Mattie, You have a gift with words. I wish I can dance the way you could with verbs. I know this is random and I hope we stay in good terms. I wanted to show my respect because that's what you deserve. Thank you for being just the way you are. I'd love to do a few events, but we are remarkably far. Life has been chaotic and every day it gets more bizarre. As poets, we have to undertake so that the passion doesn't drift apart. Beautiful, with your soul up your sleeve in a broken home where it's laborious to believe, outdoors, where hope lies underneath. Time is essence, although it never sleeps. Days get dark. I know it's not as promising as it seems. Just listen to some songs and follow the rhythm of the beat. Take that as a distraction and take that time to breathe. Scars are like stains that can't be removed with bleach. I respect your ability to write, despite the pain of a poem and what expressing yourself ignites. Follow your heart and do what you think is right. Be receptive as necessary as long as it leads to something that excites. A busy woman that's diligent and kind. When you're hopeless and lost, use this poem to remind you that you're a fantastic person that needs to unwind, who's strong enough to push problems aside. Keep writing, and I guarantee that you will prosper. People will notice because we all respect closure. Venting on paper in order to conquer the demons in our head that make you want to ponder. We all love having you in our poetic community. From New York to Open Minds, it helps us cope with reality. I know great times are ahead, and this poem will be a memory. I know your heart is listening, and I hope you're enjoying the melody. Your poems pack a punch, and they choke the crowd. Everyone's eyes are wider than a lemur due to your poetic sound. You leave me speechless from the words that come out of your mouth. Trust your skills because you should be proud. No one can do what you do. Speak from your view about the trauma that you go through. Review your lines in peace and solitude, trying to brush off the agony, but it's permanent like a tattoo. The queen of poetry in a throne of regrets. I have a castle of myself, of mistakes I thought were correct. I started to invest and became vulnerable to collect. I managed what I could and thought God would accept. So please don't dwell in agony because I've been there before. I tried to protect my emotions because it's something I want to ignore. Don't let it affect your health as you know what sadness can absorb. You will be successful in your journey with plenty of checks to endorse. Put faith in your work so success can lionize. You will dive in a pool of happiness on what pride can help you realize. Take your time with this poem and have each line analyzed. You're a wonderful poet. One day I'll see your collections advertised. Thank you.
Yo,
Yes.
Mattie, what?
Oh
Tell
my
this
god.
man how you feel about that shit.
That just made my day, man. That shit couldn't have come at a better time. I love you, man. It was so thoughtful. That's insane. Wow, what a labor of love. That was so beautiful. Thank you.
Yo, Daniel,
Oh,
you're no longer bars, but you are I don't know, I might have to call this one. I think hashtag King of Tributes.
The orator of the ode.
Right? Like, yo, he's written some wonderful odes to people, dude,
oh
tributes
my
and like
god.
collaborations and all this and like things like and I might have to stamp it.
You just broke my heart and then fixed it.
Right? Like, and he
Right
did
back
that for
together.
me too, man. And he's done that. I've watched him do it to Rage Aid
No, he
with
keeps doing it.
Vegas and
He
like
did
all
that
like
to Bear.
he
Last time
gets
I was
yeah,
here, he did
like
that to Bear. Like,
yeah, Bear was crying, bro. He had
why are
nothing to
you
say. He
do
was
this to us? Like,
crying.
you're such a
So
sweet person.
does everyone agree? King of Tributes?
King of
Oh yeah.
Tributes.
Hashtag not
God,
bars, King of Tributes.
that's true. That's
Which
true.
that
That's
is the
true. That's
ultimate
true.
tribute right
That's
there.
true.
We are
That's
blessing
true.
you as the King of Tributes.
Dude, I love you. That was beautiful. I'm honored. I'm
I
beyond
appreciate
honored.
it.
Awesome. That was
We love
Amazing.
awesome.
you,
That was
Daniel.
awesome.
Thanks so much
Thank
for
you.
that, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
This
much.
guy
We
is
love
so consistent with his poem. Like, he, like, with everybody, he, like, every week you come, you're like, so I have a poem for someone who I'm gonna make cry right now.
you. Yeah.
Well, the upshot is, Mattie, like you smiled so brightly, I could see like all of your fucking teeth. Like that's how happy you were. Like you smiled so bright, we can see all of your teeth. So yeah, word. Enjoy.
Definitely. King of the tributes. Maddie, you deserve that. You truly are the queen of poetry. Dope lines after dope lines. Always. I'm so glad that you're going to be back here on Fridays. We miss you. We love you. My wife and I have been going over things like, people been here for a while, but sometimes like they can't make it on Friday. And that's a good reason because they out there doing their thing. They doing, if you ain't got shit going on a Friday and it's You out there doing your thing. I'd rather you be doing that. So we love
Dude,
you
it
and
has
respect
literally
you.
never like it's so sad because like right if you have something cool to do you're like, oh, I can't go this week, but like I like since the breakup and the move and all that, like I just been working nonstop and like I was like, listen, I told my job, I was like, listen, I need Wednesday nights for poetry slam and I need Friday nights for my open mic. Like those are my support groups.
Yeah,
I
it's
need
like that's
them,
my
and
therapy
I
session.
finally
I need
got it.
that.
It's not like I
I
was doing
bet.
anything I wanted to do. I was working. I'm
Yeah.
so happy to be back. I finally got a schedule, and I'm like, I have missed you guys so much. I've been talking about this for so long, being like, talking about like how do I get my head right? Like, what do I have to do? And it's like
To come
fucking
back to
meal prep,
this. Yeah.
and then open minds, open mic. It's like literally this is at the top of my like maintenance list of like how to care for myself. So I'm
Yeah.
so happy that I'm finally back. I missed you all so much. I think about all of you all of the time. I'm
You're
honored.
always in
Daniel,
our
thank you. That
hearts
was
too.
fucking beautiful,
Yo,
man.
that tribute, King of Tributes. That one earned him the title right there, man. It was that one right there to Mattie. You just blew her mind,
A
made her
well-deserved
day, made
tribute.
her week. Like, yes, very well deserved, very, very nicely done too. Yeah. Um, so Rich, welcome to Open Minds. We hope to see you more. I want to feature you in February next year. Could you bless us with some more words, brother?
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And yeah, we'll definitely have to have that conversation. I think you got my information. And so in addition to poetry, I will write humorous work, but I also write erotica. And CP's work brought this one back to mind. This poem, and I will say just a quick miniature preface. I don't believe in sin, but I think it's an amusing concept. So this poem is called "I Look at Your Picture, Then Sin for a While." I see the photo of you, of your body nearly naked in autumn, almost all of you revealed, with wicked abandon there in your eyes, twin imps, sky blue and darkly dancing, echoes there of the very first time you ever made yourself come. And I take this image of you and I sin for a while. I sin against nature and the commandments and good upbringing and convention, all this regrettable etiquette. I sin with my blue necktie undone and your crotch pulled to the side like the theater curtains of majesty, and I sin against the rest of the passengers caught in this rail car with me, coursing through this chill wintry Switzerland in my head. I sin considering the little white bow on your panties and the gargantuan evil in my chest. I sin for an entire afternoon with one hand tied behind my back, one hand down my boxer briefs, and one hand around your throat also. I sin imagining you coming so hard that the language we speak in our dreams for the rest of our lives is nothing but church bells, and this is fine. I sin as if I've run out of lifetime, imagining your need sent, your wide eyes, your sudden surprise. I sin enough to make alleged Jesus's alleged sacrifice verifiably worth the whole goddamned while. And you have to understand there is no such thing as sin. Science proves there are no angels. History demonstrates that God is a lie, and even so, I position myself alongside these facts, and I anyways sin to images of you so real, they bring the nakedness I hide to the front. And even though sin is not a real thing and never has been a real or true thing, just a term we use as shorthand for, I know what I did was wrong, but I did it anyhow. I sin to you as if sin is what writes my paychecks, what signs my warrant of death, what speaks my name using a little or only just the most infinitesimal amount of breath. I'll sin hunched over, simian, insane, my hands reaching forever, eternally for hours, at least the whole weekend long, yelping in binary code, hissing in Aztec, screaming in blue neon, murmuring in the pink mists of mania, while that gargoyle outside the window in the evening rain just glares at me in baleful, reproachful gray. But you keep being impossible. Keep being unbelievable. Continue to allure Just ignore me. Persist in showing those lips and those curves while the sins I commit become cardinals flying away from my upturned hands. And I'll keep on committing sin in tribute. And why on earth should I not? We both know heaven's unreal. And so kindly continue with your inquisiting, disquieting tease. And when I get around to it, I promise you, I will let you know when I have given God my permission to exist.
I'm done with you. You're fired.
Yo,
Rich.
that last
You're
line though.
fired,
Hey,
man.
You
hey,
gotta
that
go. You
last
gotta
line
go.
though.
That was crazy, man.
Brilliant.
What?
Yeah.
Rich,
From one
welcome to
atheist
Open
to another.
Minds, dude.
Brilliant.
Yeah, yeah, right. Hey, welcome to Open Minds. I'm
That was
excited
so
to hear
good.
you
Sorry.
feature. I hope you show up here every
Dude, that was
Friday. I
so
don't know what your
good.
schedule it with,
Thank
but
you.
like we all love
That
it.
was crazy. That was so good.
Fuck yeah, bro. Everybody,
you.
one more time for Rich.
Hey.
Yeah.
Nice fight. Very nice fight.
Dude, that was so good. That was like energizing. That was life giving.
Right?
Thank you. That
Hey,
means a ton to hear that. Thank you.
so Mattie, keep that energy going. You're up next. Flow into it. Do what you do. Bless us with some words, Mattie. Wait, I think you got muted. I'm
Wait, are
trying
you
to.
talking to me?
Yeah, you're up next, I believe, on the list.
Oh shit. Okay.
It was
Hold on. I
yeah,
was
it was
like,
Danny,
okay,
Rich,
wait. I have
you,
a question. I have a
Mama
question. I have a
Des, and
question. I have a
Tiff.
question. I have a question.
What's up?
How long are we doing another round after? Because I'm literally driving to my friend's right now because he wants to join the squad. And like I was like, I don't know if
I
he's
can
gonna
push you
make
down.
it
I'm
for the
chilling.
show.
No, that's fine. I'm chilling. Here, we'll move you down. I'm chilling. We
No,
still
no,
got
no. I'm down
Amadeus
to
and
read.
Terry
I have
here.
something to read, but I was like, if you guys are doing round 3, like I like everybody tonight has been on fire, but I also know I like came late and like I was wondering how late
You
you're gonna
want to
go.
keep the party going
I
for
want to
you.
keep the
Okay.
party
It
going.
depends. I know CP might there, Cozzy might be able to chill. I'm just fucking chilling. We'll
I'm
see what
going to
goes
Hood
on.
Slam tonight, but not for like a while, and that's why I'm dressed like a monster. But yeah, dude, I want to keep the party going as fuck.
All right, so we'll try to keep it going. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'd rather you read for us later, so you're not reading while you're driving, so you can give it
No,
all to
I
the
haven't. I'm
poem.
not driving. I was gonna read it in my car before I drive. And also everybody's reading Filth tonight. And I was like, I was like, I actually wrote, okay, this is crazy. For Halloween, for the Halloween poetry slam, I was like, okay, last year I did a poem on masking and autism, and I think I showed you guys that one a long time ago. But this
Yeah, I
year I was
think
like,
I
okay,
heard
I'm
you.
gonna do something genuinely terrifying, and I was like, I'm gonna get on stage and talk about sex, because like you guys have heard me talk all my trauma and everything, but never like actually talk about it. I was like, that's fucking terrifying. That's a great Halloween costume. It's just like
Yeah,
me
right? Like,
dressed in like a fucking cocktail dress, like super femme, talking about pleasure. Like I was like, that's horrifying, fucking terrifying. Like I dress like a fucking carpenter every day. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was my scary thing. I wrote this poem and I worked my ass off on it and I put it into the word counter app and it disappeared. So I had to like work back, and the second time I went through it, I was like, fine, I won't talk about like I think I lost it for a reason, because in the first time I wrote it, I still couldn't get the fuck away from talking about trauma. And so anyway, I rewrote it, and I feel like there must have been some purpose to that. Where is she? Okay, I don't have a name for it. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I imagine I have said 10,000 words, but I've told you everything other than the truth. That I want my grief to fuck me stupid. I want sex to feel like anything but what it has been. You're mad I'm up here dressed like a woman for once. Of course you're mad. Because of me aiming it at someone else. It's maybe me up here aiming it at someone else. So if I don't point it at you, then you want to kill me, right? Like, why am I dressed like a girl? Like, how dare she? Like, are you going to do it or should I? Pick a lane. All you guys cannot decide. And begging has killed the want of me. Aggression killed the rest of my desire. You pet and pull at my chest like a child who calls himself the man of the house while sneaking his hand into the cookie jar. Call yourself a dom acting like a boy. You tell me to be direct about what I want, but you can't be clear about a damn thing. You want to kill me or kiss me. You hate me or you love me. Ugly, pretty, bitch, retard, smarty. You bore me with your bland fuck and crisscross language with your fuckboy mentality. You said, Mattie, be clear. And my answer always comes out long-winded and ghastly, always. For every label I have given myself and then replaced. Ace, poly, NB, straight, sub-switch, kink, fray. Trauma does this thing like dementia. You misremember your reflection. Or one day the name of your partner, mistaken for your father. I have insisted my body answer the question that she does not know the words to. Pleasure has demanded a name of me and I upchuck my grief. I giggle and I apologize. I jump around. I get off you. I say I'm sorry, or worse, my body caskets, still and silent, and then sent somewhere else. And there's been too many men caught up in the fantasy of ghost girls. How we might feel better that way, already dead before they even touch us. I was scared to even read a poem about sex because if I admit the thought even crossed my mind, one of you will imagine it an invite. You entitled, murderous, Pornhub, educated, buzzkill, fast coming, no foreplay, vanilla, roofie, staleless cardboard, cookie cutter, masked dom fuckboys. I'm so bored of your undisguised anger. Your 4 fingers down my throat to the knuckle isn't role play. It's lazy. It's a confession. Please just kill me with your kindness. Can you understand this without me over-explaining when every outfit is a camo? When you protect every part of her every day, when your gender is a question you do not want to answer, but no, he really thought he could undress me and not find another defense mechanism up. It's booby traps all the way down, baby. You can overpower me without a fist. I'm so bored of this kind of violence. Get in my head. Talk me into bed. This is the new war of the new age where you take me out of my landmine and tell me I'm too fucking precious to fight back with my body anymore. That's old war. I'm so tired of meanness. Play my game. Say my name to me. So little effort put in for such a godly thing of me. I'm a god, baby. If you pray right to me, I could kneel at your feet. I could make you believe if any of you could appease this house of worship, if a man could actually make me believe in something holy, you'd be so lucky as to get just a kiss. You'd be so lucky for me to ruin it for everyone else that comes after me, not a ride. I'll make the sin sound holy when my name drips from your tongue, you lazy, filthy fucks who can't get in my head till the grief rolls its eyes back out. Put my demon tongue in charge, make my desire more than an apparition of hope devoured by Pornhub-educated men addicted to violence and copping it out to a kink. I'm so bored with hiding my shame in a dark bedroom where any hands will do. Suffice for my pretend at cause of death. If you could make me feel safe, fuck the prayer out of me till I believe in God again, believe enough in something to spit his unholy name out my mouth and beg for yours instead. If you could just do your job, it would not feel like work to earn any of my desire. It would not feel like work. It would look like this. A girl unafraid to show up, maybe just one day of a year dressed as a woman, unafraid to live in her body in front of you. Home.
Mattie, killing that shit as always. Everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for Mattie.
Yo, yay.
She like threw her phone at the end too. She's like, boom, wham, just go grasp.
I wanted to chime in and say, Mattie, that was not only was it really, really striking, and I could see the care you took to write that, but also I was able to hear where that poem was coming from. Sometimes people in open spaces will share work, but they don't take the care to reinvest in it what originally was going into it in the first place. And I doubt I'm the only one who could really hear where that was coming from.
Dude, that means a lot. That's like a really meaningful compliment, and I appreciate that because when I read it at the poetry slam, it it was really hard because I was dressed in something that I didn't feel as comfortable in. And I wanted to put the costume on and I wanted to embody it. And I actually got stage fright, and I did it here the way I read it tonight. I felt like I went back into it. And so that means a lot that you like noticed it. That means a lot, man. Thank you. That feedback is so precious to me.
You're welcome.
Thank you so
And by the
much.
way, one last thing real quick, Mattie. I think that you use the word caskets as a verb at one moment in that poem.
Thank you.
And I got to tell you, I love that because when people will, there's a figure of speech for changing a noun into a verb or vice versa or something like that. And
What
I
is
really,
it?
really enjoy that. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's going to come to me. I'll have to.
Oh my God.
But actually, so you have, I put my contact in the chat again for you if you want to just
fuck
reach out to me if
yeah.
you'd like to.
Yes.
We'll talk about that.
Yes.
I just wanted to say I love
Yay.
caskets as a verb because, yeah, that was wonderful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Excellent.
And there's my contact in the chat again.
Denominalization or verbing.
Magus, thank you. Come through. Verbing, phenomenalization.
Denominalization or verbing. Yeah. Converting it down into a verb.
Wow, I think I'm gonna do that to myself.
Yeah.
All right, bet. So coming up next, we've got Amadeus.
Oh, and before we commence, I do have to say, I got to say a quick good night. So I just wanted to thank everybody so much for the really, really warm welcome. Very grateful to all of you. I'm sorry that I have to go now. I apologize, but I'm going to turn
good,
into.
We hope to see
That
more
was
of
awesome.
you. And yeah,
come back,
welcome
Rich.
to Open Minds. Come back.
Will do.
Yeah, I want to feature you coming up. I'm gonna send you messages and we'll organize something for
Go.
February.
Great idea.
Those words. I need those words. Yes. Yes.
I will definitely be back. You all have a great night. Thomas, get a hold of me. Mattie, get a hold of me. In fact, anyone who wants to reach out, you got my contact in the chat there.
Everybody get a hold of this man. This man is amazing. I'm so excited. Welcome, 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 welcome.
Thank you so much. And by the way, give a little scritch around the ear and a kiss on the top of his head to Odin. I almost cried. He was so cute. I could have cried. He was just so adorable. So have a great night.
Peace.
Thank you so much, Rich, man. Welcome to the fam. We hope to see more of you. And yeah, I'll get a hold of you for that feature. Coming up next, we've got Amadeus.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Thomas. So the title of the piece that I would be performing is called Why Am I a Poet? You see, not everyone was born with such talent. Most people do not care about it. And some people look at us insane, while others find us pretentious. But every time I do a poem, it goes back to these questions. Why am I a poet? Why should I continue to hone my craft? What is the end goal of this? What will I gain? How will my work make a difference? How will my work make a positive impact to society? In fact, who am I to be listened to? These are the questions that have been driving me for years. And it is so sad that most poets nowadays would rather be an entertainment monkey. Some poets act as if they know it all already. Like creating a poem is just about love and destiny. What a poor shallow thinkers am I living these days. Oftentimes I feel God cursed me with this gift, and he placed me in a world that doesn't fully understand that gift. Some say they understood me, but I know it's bullshit in the presence of God. Because the moment I ask them how it feels, they can't even respond. These people have no idea the pain carving my insides, but everything to them is just a joke. And one day I saw hope, a ray of light. The universe heard me and my questions were right. The universe knew I was looking for deeper meaning, that later on the next next generation would find these works inspiring for fame in the first place. I have a responsibility as an artist, and my voice and writings can be multiple. With that said, may my works inspire the next T.S. Eliot, Shakespeare, or Voltaire. And as I end, don't clap for me because of the art performance. Clap for me because you respect and believe what I stand for. If you people are genuine for me and one day I die, may you people promulgate why am I a poet in the first place. Thank you.
Thank you, Amadeus. Yo, I
Heard
love that
that.
piece. Right? Yo, my boy don't fuck
Okay.
around, bro. Oh,
Okay.
Maddie, that's right.
Okay.
You've been missing out on Amadeus.
I
Like, yo,
no, I don't even. I'm not even met you, man. It was awesome.
yo,
Beautiful.
I'm gonna have to get the replays. We're trying to hire a video editor to get all our videos up soon, but Amadeus is so dope. Like, like Poetry Crush. Yeah.
Guys, this is like taking a tolerance break and you come back and you're just like, fuck, like, you know what I mean? Like, I had a tolerance break. I come back. I was like, damn, I love you guys so much. Like,
We love you too.
Nice to
We
meet
we
you,
trying to
Mattie.
keep the show. Yeah, we trying to keep the show going so you can get back to
let's keep
you
this
know
show
and meet up.
going.
Are you
I want to
on the
hear everybody's
road
art.
still?
No, man, I just parked. I'm at my homie's spot and he's an
Oh, you.
incredible poet. I invited two people, and they both came. Well, one of them was here and left, but he didn't want to meet y'all tonight because he was like, he's an incredible poet. I was like, he's like the brother of Nemo Sum and his like writing style and everything. And I was like, I need you guys to meet. So that he's gonna come next week, but
Oh.
he just hopped on and listened for a little bit.
Okay.
And then my other, like, I've been just participating in the poetry community out here, and I met two incredible poets, and I was like, you guys got to come to the show. I prop this group up to every single person who listens. I'll be in the line at like the Starbucks drive-thru, and I'll be like, you ever heard of Open Minds? Open Minds?
Hey, another thing, Maddie, you gotta start pushing. Oh, I don't even think you even know about this. Hold on. You wanna wear some dope ass clothes?
You're saying like try to make it seem like an in crowd thing. Like I don't even know if you know,
No,
but
no,
I should
no,
try
no, no.
it.
Hold up. I'm talking
Exclusive.
about do you wanna rock some dope ass gear? Go to that website that I just
Yes.
linked. Check out what my wife's got up. She's still uploading products daily. She got over 200 on there. Like, yo, we're gonna make the world look cool as fuck, bro. Like, trust.
I'm down.
All right, so we got Terry Rose next, and then we're gonna wrap around to round three to keep this thing going so we can get everybody in again. So, Terry, if you can unmute yourself and bless us with some words, I'd appreciate it.
Ambush me much? Jesus. All right. I didn't know it was
Nah, I
going
like
there.
to
Damn
get
it.
you. God, I like to get you. I like to get you.
All right. Somebody was just shooting guns outside, and I'm just thinking one of these days
Oh
there's going to
shit.
be a stray bullet coming right in my freaking window.
Fucking
And it makes
get a
me so
Kevlar pillow.
fucking mad. What? I
Get a
live in I
Kevlar
live in that
pillows.
kind of a neighborhood.
Yeah,
It
fuck.
just you just never know, man. You just don't know. You're walking past something and you just don't know. So I have a poem that really is appropriate to my feelings right now. It's called I Hate Your Face. I want to ready? I want to punch you until you can't feel it anymore. I'm sick and tired of trying to teach you the same thing over and over again. Blood pressure rising, my head will explode. You don't realize how maddening you are. It's like I'm trapped in this hell and there's no way out. It's an insane asylum and I'm in a padded cell of my home. I can't heal. I can't recover because you are heaping your acid, burning my flesh from my brain. My body will be laid waste as well. No one will come to my funeral. I wasn't ever loved that well. So
Wait, that was
Yo,
such a good
what?
last line. Whoa,
Right?
why did you do that to me? That line was crazy. That last line was such a fucking gut punch. I loved it.
So dope. Terry, I
yeah.
Wait,
love
Terry,
you.
read more. You were gonna read more. I didn't mean to
Yeah,
interrupt. I
oh,
just
she
want to
got
tell you that
plenty
was amazing.
more.
All right. These are just like really raw. I
Yo,
all right.
that's what we're
All
here
right.
for.
This
Get that
is
rawness out.
even
We a big better pillow, uh, goose down pillows and blankets for you to just jump in raw. We gonna catch him. We gonna have your back and
all
send
right.
positive
All
vibes
right.
back your way.
The overreaching hands of the government, intrusion into my uterus, and what I can and cannot do with it is as much their business as what and where they decide to do with their collective penises. Yet here we are. I seem to remember the last time a bunch of religious fanatics got to tell the government what to do. It did not end well. Remember reading about the Crusades, the Spanish Inquisition, the Holy Roman Empire? I believe in those days fashion craze was chastity belts and iron maidens, or pagans, or Christians in cages. Then came another revolution of sorts, one which did not abandon logical thought. A new idea, a better idea, called separation of church and state. Did we know more then than we do now? How?
Yo, everybody, unmute yourself and give it up for Terry Rose.
Word. Yeah. It seems
Very nice,
simple
very
enough,
nice,
right?
very nice,
So dope.
Yeah,
very
Terry.
nice, very lovely.
Yeah.
Wait, who's Justin? You have him there on your phone?
Yeah, I'm meeting up with him, so he's gonna probably be on my phone. But yeah, no, he's the person who I'm introducing to you guys in a second. Who I'm the one of the two people. Anyway, he's gonna. So I'm signing him up, and then he can just decide whether or not he can
Okay,
read.
so
But he's gonna
all right,
read.
so when he gets in, whenever he gets in, he gets slide in. We gonna start
Yeah,
off
fuck yeah,
round
dude.
3. I'm gonna stop the recording. From now on, it's after hours.